Hello everybody, welcome back to Doggo Card Reviews. We are back here with part 3 of our Is the Order of Rapid Bloom set review. Joined once again by Gavin and Ian.
Hey everybody.
Welcome back to the hype, boys.
The hype is right, because we are going into one of the bigger colors that this title is known for. Red.
Bigger is better.
Usually I would say, is it nap time yet?
But you know, Uncle and
It's
Rise, big name characters in this franchise.
Oh yes.
But funny enough, we haven't started with any of those two. Because
Starting with a
we're starting with pretending to be Rabbit House Mocha. Level 00 costs 2 loss in power with her Bread and Bloom trait on play no 2. And she gets power plus X until end of turn, where X is the number of Red and Bloom characters build multiplied by 1000. And she's also a clean cut for Red or Bloom characters.
What?
So remember Time and Memory Bent?
Yeah. Yeah. Let's put some. Yeah, I was gonna say like, oh, I hate that.
Let's take that card and put her through the fucking training regimen.
Oh yes. Basically, let's remove all the fail states and just make her a fucking 4K for free.
Almost always a 4K, you mean?
Like Jesus fucking
Like,
Christ.
I'm like, wait. Am I just reading Time and Memory Bent but better?
Yes. It's just. I'm going. Oh, god damn it. Well, it adds salt to my wounds.
Anytime it's not a 4K, you feel bad because you probably hit a climax, but even if you only hit one, you're getting over whatever you need to clean cut.
Right, you're a freaking even in like the scenario that Ian brings up here, you're still a freaking 3000 vanilla static clean cut. Hello people, Rever Starlight. Not Nanners.
Shortcut, man.
Yeah, shortcut each cut not and quintuplets.
Shortcut. I'm going. You know what? Let's still get. Well, again, a TD card, man. A TD card.
A TD freaking card.
Stand up to the double rare here, and you know what? Mocha has gone down in price.
I'm not too surprised. I'm not too surprised with some of the builds that people are going for.
Yeah. Okay. So this card only fits in a few select builds. The Bloom deck, because it hits on Red and Bloom. Right. The Bread deck, because it's a Bread trait. It's the fact that it has Bread trait and is not Rabbit House, even though she's pretending to be Rabbit House, kind of sucks because you're only gonna do it in like a 90% Red build, Bread build, or Bloom build. Any of the other old archetypal decks can't really slot this card in, which is probably why it's going down the price.
Unless with the old archetype decks, you are heavily speccing into Bloom somehow.
Which, yeah, at that point, you're Bloom.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
It's one of my biggest complaints of this set. They're basically forcing us into building this new archetype.
But you can still kind of stick to like a theme. Like the original thing that I built, of course, had like a ton of the new Bloom top end stuff, but it was still Rabbit House deck. And sure, a lot of the new stuff was Bloom, but I was like, oh, I'm leaving out some of the good green stuff, the good yellow stuff, because that does exist. But
at the same time, though, okay, in limited, gentlemen, hello.
Yeah,
you take this unless it's the freaking SP.
Come on, man! It's hard to argue against this card. I'm going. This card is $8. I'm going. You know what? Worth every penny. Let's fucking go, boys. You know where to go, man. We got nowhere but up.
I have to do playable only because of the amount of decks that it can't go in.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough. Your
in limited. Yeah, of course. In Bloom, it's one of your best level zeros, but outside of the Bloom decks that I've made that are exclusively like, okay, everything here's Bloom, so it's all synergistic, this card just gets cut at like the 54th card when I'm trying to trim down. I'm like, okay, gotta take these out.
I don't blame you when it comes to like older archetypes.
Dude, if this was Rabbit House, oh dear lord, it'd be so much
No,
better.
If only she could have pretended a little bit more, a little bit
Yeah,
harder. Got that trait.
those. I'm not gonna lie. When I was watching this anime, those Chippy plush doll duplicates looked a little cursed.
I was like, wait a fucking second. I was like, wait, am I watching rap? No, that's that's not Ioneru's voice. Who am I hearing? Ai Kayano? I'm like, wait, what the hell?
Oof.
This is the same actress as Kashima.
Okay, but as you keep saying yourself, you're not Keitoku scum, right?
I am definitely not Teitoku scum. It's also the same voice as Kasumi ga Oka Utaha.
Yeah. Rabbit House is fucking lined with all like really great voice acting. Everybody, not just Rabbit House.
It really is.
Yeah.
Like, can I please get this errata to be Rabbit House trait, please?
Please give us the third trait. You already have the template, Bushy.
We do have the template. We have the technology.
Why not? Why not, man?
We could have actually done it. Oh well. Lost opportunities.
But then again, it would make Rabbit House too good.
Okay, that's a little much.
Which Bushiroad would not do, because they would make Rabbit House the one and only.
The dominant build.
Right. Even though it already kind of is, but really, to be honest.
Okay, if you look at it, if this card had a Rabbit House trait, the differences between the Rabbit House build and the Bloom build would be like 8 cards. Like,
nice.
It would really make no difference. Like, you wouldn't even be able to tell what your opponent's playing. That really makes it different.
I don't know, man. That'd mean less whiffs on a certain card. They'll be like, "Yo, dog." That's even less whiffs.
Wait, okay. Anyway, guys, sorry. Let's move on. We have a mini package coming up here.
Oh god damn it! Halloween Night Design 2265. If you have 2 or more of the Bloom or Rabbit House, this gains 3/5 in hand encore. Yo, Bush, that's kind of hard. Okay, when the battle opponent of this becomes reversed, if you have a climax at all, top check. If it's level 1 or higher, add to hand, boys.
Right, and then we will have the second part.
So this one's Police Officer Rize, 1/1, 5500, Rabbit House and Bloom trait. If you have another Halloween Night Sharo, which is the Brainstorm we originally went over in yellow, this card gains 2000 power, so it's a very defendable 7500 standby target. And then Climax combo, put this card into the waiting room. When dress change, the standby trigger is put into your Climax area. You can sack this card and then put the 2/2 that we just read onto the field in its previous slot. This card also has hand encore completely detached from that ability.
What?
Yeah. What are you gonna do when they come for you, man?
I'm gonna give myself up because there's no way that I'm not getting arrested by Rize.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'll say 5-0's after you, man.
Yeah,
we've been messing around with lollies too much. She's finally here.
Well, again, man. At the same time, going, well, I don't see a lot of this. I don't see a lot of this combo online. I'm going, why not?
I think the base problem is that one, it's a little high roll. Like it's not as bad as things like Shiroha type profiles, but because you could unironically if you do this right, you could get this off as early as your second turn. But but at that point, you're probably winning the lottery, right?
Level 2s and level 0s don't tend to completely destroy games, but you got to get super lucky,
right? And on top of that, because Halloween Night Rize, one her selections Omega random and does have a chance of whiffing.
Yeah. Okay. So the thing about this, which is going to be, we've been referring to this combo, and it's probably arguably the best combo in the set. You've got a 1/1 into a 2/2 on a standby trigger. Everybody knows standby is super relevant in the meta. It's going to be sitting at 10k if you're playing the game. So it's insanely defendable, really high on both turns. And the biggest part here is you don't need the standby climax in the climax area to get this combo off. You can play any other combo with this, and as soon as you get this on the field, you've got an on reverse top check, add level 1 or higher. Now, the worst part about this combo is obviously it whiffs. The reverse part is not even a thing you have to worry about because you're getting the reverse if it's there. But it makes you in the deck building phase build a deck that is very low on level zeros, which is the order rabbit. Probably their best level is 0. They have so much utility and tech and
They
stuff
really
that
do. They really
yeah,
like,
that
like
it
it,
kind of
no,
sucks.
like you could argue that in the mid 2010s, Rabbits did have like one of the best level zero games. Period.
It still does to
It's
this very
well,
5 years later.
Well,
It's the
with,
original
with,
Riza.
with all of this new stuff, it definitely has one of the best level zero games, if not the best level zero game.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Tech completely to your local meta. If you're just going as like a generalist, these are strong cards at level 0, and you're missing them when you play this combo, which is the
Right,
worst detriment against it.
Ian mentioned my fair point. There is that's like conflict of interest.
Mhm.
and you know what? I'm willing to give up one of my strongest levels to go in for it. Like
Or
this,
like I said, you could attempt to win the lottery by making this your level zero game.
I mean,
Yeah.
bruh. Science Bay level 1 combo.
Just imagine like popping, you guard roll, you get off your police officer on turn 1, and then turn 2, you have your dress changing hand, and then like unironically slap this on the board, and your opponent just goes, what?
It's great, but it's just so unreliable, not gonna happen, and the times it happens, like
There's a reason why I said you'll win a lottery. You might as well win a lottery
yeah,
at that point.
yeah. But
Man,
yeah,
I've seen
Like the possibility is there. I'm not saying you get this off consistently. No, not at all.
no, not at all. But at the same time, man, my record has been 3 Halloween nights turn 2.
What?
Yeah, literally.
I almost want to say I low key. I think I big key concede at that point.
You're just like, nope. Let's
Like FR. What
yeah.
are we doing here?
There's 3 of them on the board.
Unless I have two level 1 anti-change bombs already ready. No.
yeah, no. So the pluses of this is really big. Doesn't need a specific climax to get you the plus, and can come out super early.
Most people hate taking risks.
Yeah,
Like,
the negatives is
the problem is not really risk; it's more of initial investment. Like, if you notice anything about like a lot of Weiss Schwarz players is that they don't like it when they have to sink in a lot for big long-term gains.
yeah, because you have to literally minus in hand to change from the 1/1 to the 2/2.
Like even ideally, even if you triggered a standby to get your 1/1 out for free from the waiting room, you still have to give up a climax and that character you got out for free to play against down.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, the negatives is a lot of an upfront investment. If you get plowed through your level 0 game, like you go first, swing with a runner or something, they go slam 3 characters in front, climax, and you hit level 1, you're probably screwed for the entire game. It actually opens up a really big weakness for your like game plan in general, where there wasn't
really
one
does.
before. And then also you don't have selectivity with your plussing if you even plus at all.
And that's kind of the weaknesses behind it. It really depends. How lucky are you? And guess what? If you can pull it off, oh baby Jesus, this is amazing.
Right. Like this can be scary, but it's definitely not unbeatable.
No,
Yeah,
no,
not
I was
unbeatable, but even if you're getting kind of screwed, 10K walls across the board is pretty solid, and you're going to be doing good, kind of
Right.
regardless of what happens.
You're either forcing out the bomb play, forcing the crash, or you have to kind of fight your way through it with a counter or something. Your opponent does play those pesky, costly level 2 killers that we've been.
And the funny thing is that most lists only play 1 to 2 bombs at best. So
probably like 1 or 2 level 2 killers if they play.
At best. So honestly speaking, you could exhaust your opponent out of answers.
Right,
Yeah,
definitely.
It's the eternal standby problem. It's like, how prepped do I want to be for standby? I can, you're just never gonna have enough answers if they kind of get their way.
Like standby will be playing like several copies of their targets. Period.
So, or imagine, let's say, for example, they're anticipating the bomb. They could literally just bait you out with the 1175 hand encore. What are you going to realistically do about it? Like, getting over them is kind of, even getting over a 1175 hand encore is kind of difficult. And they could easily just preserve their hand and change into the 2/2s, when it's time. And honestly speaking, gentlemen, I'm not adverse to hardcasting these. I'm not adverse to hardcasting.
I don't blame you because it's recurable with a pseudo climax combo on any climax you play.
Right, and most
as well as your top end is kind of cheap, so hard casting them is not the worst thing in the world.
Like Rabbids has a very good tri-fielding capability, as we just saw with potentially Rabbit House Mocha.
Like legitimately speaking,
you will have like yes amount of stock by like turn 4.
Right. So legitimately speaking, again, it's not necessarily. Like I said, a lot of people are playing the bar mid game. I'm going, why? It's not. They're like, well, it involves less risk. I'm going,
like some people like the idea of lower floor, stable ceiling. They've gotten so used to that because of playing Weiss Schwarz in the past 4 to 5 years. You've gotten used to these more stable type of combos.
Then explain myself, sir.
I mean, people could probably definitely argue you're an exception, not the rule.
I go, I don't. For sure. I'm going, okay, cast Ulamog the Infinite Gyre. What are you gonna do?
You could argue that a lot of people would definitely not dare to play Rascal the way you play it.
Oh hell no, Rascal is a very risky deck. And you know what? I've seen success with Rascal. So again, I love her to death, but I can't anymore. Well, this combo, like I've said on the show, it feels very reminiscent.
You kind of feel like you're back. You're back at home.
I'm back at home and with a cheaper finisher this time too. So, okay, I'm not as pressured this time. If I don't literally get my way, I'm fucked. Not this time. I'm able to get out of this.
You have things to fall back on.
I have options this time. I'm not completely screwed.
Right, you have the legacy of the entirety of the Neo Standard pool of Instant Order Rabbit behind you.
As opposed to just 2 sets, I'm going, oh great.
I've got solid cards just throughout the history.
Oh,
people going. Some people go. I like the franchise. I just haven't felt invested enough to playing a title IRL.
Amen. I'm too. Man, South fuck first.
Stop that.
Oh come on, sir. Your boy's in South fuck. He is literally the main reason behind South fuck.
Unfortunately, he doesn't have good cards.
You're right. Not yet.
Not yet. Hope we will see. Anyway, more on that later.
More on that later. But at the same time, okay, limited. Fuck no.
No.
What are we looking at? We're looking at double R. We're looking at
a double R, a climax rare, and if you want the power pump on the 1/1, another double rare.
That's too much.
No fucking way. Honestly speaking,
actually, you could argue that at least the 2/2, you don't mind hardcasting the level 2 in Living Egg.
Oh, yeah, of course, but
not this. If this is my rare Living Egg, no pass.
No.
Yeah, the rare doesn't cut it. The double rare, you might not even see the climax. If you do, good on you. But
it's more of you could take this and not feel bad because this is a standalone pseudo climax combo that's recurrable.
Yeah, because it doesn't.
Right.
You could play a random choice or a gold bar along with this, and you don't care because you still get the plus.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, you can add the card to hand.
You get a chance with the plus. My bad.
Right.
But
You got
the
the 10,000 recurrable body. That's still decent and limited.
That's still pretty good. Honestly speaking, gentlemen, I think we are going to diverge here.
Oh, let's see what's up.
Oh, so who wants to go first here?
You want to go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright, I'll go first. So I'm gonna give Rise Halloween Night. I'll give her the. Give her a playable plus. I like the fact that she can be used on any climax. She's recurrable and all that good stuff. Like, while Police Officer Rise does help to enable this to come out earlier, it's also a bit of a high roll card. I'm gonna give this more of a playable. Like, it's nice, but it's not the end all be all. You can't pull this off early.
Okay. How about you, Gavin?
Hello, is this the FBI? Yeah, boys, we fucking got it. Let's fucking go, boys.
Both cards, right?
Yes. Let's fucking go. I mean, hello?
Right, fair enough.
For me, I gotta match Rin's assessment on both. I think the 2/2, it's really big that it's any climax that you can plus off of, and the 1/1. Normally standby decks have to play like an extra 1/1 to kind of like standby into, and it's like just in case I hit it early game. But this is just part of a package. So you can just run the general package, and it can be like 8 cards, 7 cards, and then 4 the CX, and you don't even have to worry about anything else being standby oriented. So the 1/1 I'll say playable as well.
By the way, for the record, usually for the audience's sake, we usuly give 1175 Head Encores big shit on this show.
We usually do. No, this is different. Like I give this a playable like primarily for the fact that you can high roll this on like turn 2, turn 3.
And that's the same reasoning. I'm going. You know what? Let's fucking go.
I just can't be as nice as Gavin because I'm like, it's not consistent.
And man, I played with it.
You played with it. I've seen you.
2 Halloween nights is my average, man. It's like,
yeah, because all you have to do is 1 police officer Rise, and then 1 of the Halloween night Rise in hand. Stand by, do the change, and then stand by another Halloween night Rise into the back row. If you feel like it, that's an instant free 2 of them.
And man,
that's pretty powerful.
I've summoned 2 of them with haste. I've summoned 2.
Oh, 2 with haste?
Yeah, you gotta definitely prep your hand for that. So hopefully you're at level 0 for 2, maybe 3 turns. But it's doable.
2 with haste, man. Get in there.
All right. Anyway, we got our 2 card package coming up here. So I'll take this first one. Halloween Night Cocoa, level 3 2 cards, 9,500 power. She gets 500 power for each of your other characters in the back row. Bushi, no. And auto climax combo when she attacks. If magic time, the rare door trigger is in your climax area, and you have 5 or fewer cards in your hand, you may pay the cost of pay 1 stock and discard 1. If you do, burn 2. And if you have another Halloween Night Chino, fill the bottom 2 cards of your opponent's deck and deal X damage to your opponent, where X is the number of climaxes built that way.
Excuse me, sir. That's Halloween Night Chino in front row.
You right.
She does have to be in front row.
I was definitely working on this at 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock, sir. Excuse me.
It'd be really sick if you could put her in the back.
Dude, Ian, this would be so much better. This Chino could be in back row.
So much better on an already great card.
Dude, it could be 9 fucking instances.
Yeah, it's not that OP.
Not that OP. Halloween Night Chino, 329k. So she has the gold standard early play condition. She gains 1,000 for each of your the Bloom or Rabbit House in your back row, and she's a heal to stalk.
Also gets buff from blue characters.
True. Wait, what? This is a better Mosh, man.
This is better Mosh.
It's everything that you would ever play her in any deck. It gives her the buff.
I'm going. So Bushy, you made this real fucking obvious, man. Standby gate. Let's go.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, let's just talk about like the positives of like Cocoa here as a finisher. One, Rabbit House trait. We have access to toolbox cards from the earlier expansions.
Yep.
Two, it's on a good trigger door.
It's like it fucking healed us.
It healed us. And three,
it's a discounted burn 2, which is
it's a discounted burn 2 on top of an additional burn 1 or 2.
Like,
like this card's almost absurd for how cheap it is.
How is this allowed?
That's what I was wondering, low key.
Like
okay, an empty field in your front row. You can go into your level 3 with 5 stock and do the full combo.
That's fucking ridiculous,
That's pretty
man.
ridiculous, actually. Five stock and 5 stock
And heal down 3.
Heal down 3. Wait. 5 cards in stock. Need the 2 Cocoa, the Chingo, the door, and a spare card in hand, and
That's 5 cards, man.
It's costing basically all your hands, but if you played Coco Chino in the past, you're used to
3 other cards to discard. Top of that. So you need a total of 8 cards.
Again, man, that's not ridiculous.
No.
Actually, you'll need 2 cards to discard because.
Oh yeah, only 2. Oh yeah. So you need a 7 card hand, 3 whatever the heck, and 2 Cocoa, 1 Chino, 1 Climax.
Like, that's fucking ridiculous. How?
Yeah, like, that's pretty free.
Chia's just like, hey man, you have to dedicate everything. I'm going.
That's fine. My opponent's gonna fucking die. I hope.
Mm-hmm.
Well, again, no. You need targets for Chia.
That's on reverse. The Chia just doesn't hold a candle to this one, to be honest.
Like it's almost bonkers. Like there's just so much going for Cocoa here.
Yeah, and it's hilarious how they try to justify the cost. If you have 5 or fewer cards in hand, the thing doesn't plus you but heals you instead, and pitches
implying I wasn't minusing by slapping down these characters and discarding one for the healer stock off of Shingo anyway.
For real? That's not a condition, man. Oh, by the way, Halloween Night Cocoa is only $8. I'm going, how is this card so cheap again? For real?
I think it's more of people just kind of doubting this title as a whole.
It's because as well as you have a variety of finishers. This doesn't
I would argue, Gavin, Japan is still kind of in that we haven't quite solved it yet.
Again, man, again, they're using this bar choice nonsense.
Like week 1 builds are usually unless it's something like say Dow or something.
Even Dow wasn't. Even Dow didn't even Dow wasn't a standby. Wasn't week 1.
Right. It was usually more choice standby. That did stick for quite a while.
And I'm going, okay, well. Again, people are hesitant towards standby because they hate transformation combos. I think that's the main reason why.
In this specific title, yes. Like normally it wouldn't disturb them because they're separate cards, but because they're telling you, hey, you can automatically turn this 1/1 you crap down into this 2/2 in your hand. Like people are like, FR, I gotta do it from my hand. Why not just do it from my standby?
Even if you don't play the standby, a couple months down the line, we find out, hey, this combo is just like the combo to play. You need no requirement to make this specific card good. This is just a generically amazing combo.
As Gavin's been alluding here multiple times when we were interacting with both you and Mike here, your local area is notorious for being standby hate zone.
Yeah, it's not even that it was birthed out of standby directly. It's just nobody will let you get a reverse anywhere for anything, and it's really annoying.
And you're thinking, in your own theory crafting, you being like this, big aficionado for Is the Order of Rabbit. you're still thinking, Halloween Night Rize is one of, if not the way to go, she's gonna be one of the ways to go, right?
It's just because you can potentially high roll. This cheap top end combo can be even cheaper if you stand by it into the back row.
Right.
I have tested the build that we're talking about, standby gate, and there are quite a few games where you're kind of bleeding hand because you're missing the top checks, and I think that might be because I'm at like 17, 16 level zeros, and maybe I should go down to 14.
You got to go down to 14. You got to go down to 14. You got to make cuts.
You gotta kind of think like a Love Live Sunshine player.
Yeah.
And man, a former LSS main here.
This is correct. I can attest to this.
Former LSS main here, like
right. Gavin goes, what's up?
Former Al Butza main here, like hello.
Oh yeah, true. You were definitely playing low level zero County Rascal.
Like literally low level zeros. Yeah, I gotta make some cuts somewhere, but you know what?
It's gonna be worth. You're thinking it's overall a good investment.
Oh hell yeah!
As you would occasionally say, a sword run stonks, right?
It's sword stonks, man. It's so good. And obviously, for limited, gentlemen.
Limited. It's a healer. You might take it if you see it.
But the combo,
it's a 10-5 healer, I guess.
I'm much more gonna take Chino in limited than I am to take Coco herself.
Yeah, fair enough. Like, I mean, you're suggesting they're both in the same box anyway, so shrug.
My case that I opened would beg to differ. I only got 7 of these damn things. I wanted like 9.
Actual case.
Yeah, an entire case.
I thought JP cases typically gave you at least 2 places of each double R.
There's 13 double rares in this set, so unfortunately you miss out on a couple.
That's why you had to. That's what Ian. I was hesitant to buy from you, and I'm going. You know what? I'm kind of glad that I'm holding off because, like, while this set does excite me still. It's more of I don't feel the prices are kind of high at the moment, and
you're talking to a guy that is the owner of 4 Sharo SSPs. It's rough out here for anybody who wants to do. But base rarity, the only thing that's expensive is a blue level 0 that, of course, we'll get to next time, and the 3/2 early play healer that goes with this. That's $20, unfortunately.
Right, because this goes to like almost anything you could think of.
It goes in every deck that's not Shorochio. Every single deck.
Right.
Hey, Rabbit House is the original, man.
Mm-hmm. And Rabbit House loves this because it needed a new early play that wasn't like present for you, Rize. Because that early play condition was taking up slots in your deck that you didn't need, and this is just a better heal, and it's consistently big.
Well, okay, to be fair for a present for you, Rize's critic, no, they were not like complete dead weight.
They were not dead weight. It's an assist to level 3s, the Brainstormer that you're still running to this day. Like, solid cards, sure, but it's a lot. Back in the day, it was a lot of investment. Either you chose to early play and heal and maybe get off 2 Coco Chinos, or you skip the early plays entirely and go for a consistent 2, maybe 3 of the original Coco Chinos.
Okay, fair enough.
We do both.
Yeah, this heals to stock, so even if for whatever reason you wanted to play the old Coco Chino, it's just making it easier to get that guarantee too.
This is one of the cards that truly brought its order of Rabbit to the modern age.
Yeah. The only thing else to talk about here, I think, is the debate on whether or not you play 3 Cocos to the front row or 2 Cocos and a Chino.
You play 2 Cocos and a Chino, you get more damage output.
You get more damage numbers.
You get more damage output when up to 7 instances versus
6.
Versus
okay,
6
potentially more 7 instances, but you don't get guaranteed hits versus 6 instances. Now, yeah, 6 instances guaranteed. Now, with the standby combo and your non-selectivity, that I've been running into, getting all of that choice, getting 3 of these in hand has not happened to me yet, and it still seems like a long shot.
Really?
So
Really, I've gotten the wombo combo of 2 Cocos and one Chino.
Oh,
I'm able to get 2 Cocos and 1 Chino,
that's
but
not
not
hard.
triple Coco.
Triple Coco? Hell no! I've gotten that like twice.
Yeah, and so that's the more consistent damage numbers. And so if we were talking about consistency earlier with like a more predictable ceiling, like people
Honestly,
will probably lean toward this. Some people on the global board did the math, and you're more able to do consistent damage with 3 Cocos, and it's cheap as hell. So definitely consider it. Consider your opponent's deck state. Are they
Right,
super
two,
compressed? Then two
right,
Cocos and a Chino.
right,
If it's
two,
just like whatever, then 3 Cocos is
right, two,
probably the better
two,
call.
2 and 3 times 3 is still pretty scary.
Yeah.
In a nutshell.
you know what's funny is the wombo combo is actually more consistent. Acquiring the pieces. So
Right, it's easier to make that.
Mhm.
It's easier to make that board
Yeah,
because
yeah,
of the
because
lack
you
of
you
because
get
of
it a
the
turn earlier. That's the biggest thing.
you have to like you just have like that overall lack of selectivity that some other decks have.
Yeah. Yeah,
honestly,
which can also be fixed with a different combo. Like, still, everybody's figuring out what they like most, whether they want a high roll and have a wall as their most of their game, whether or not they want to do the gold barn and salvage, whether they want a choice and add multiple cards. It's like it's whatever you're feeling. There's a lot of room to experiment with this
Right,
set,
right,
which
right,
is
right.
one of the things that I super
I do like what they're trying to do with Bloom here overall, and like just like revitalizing all these old builds, and as well as saying that there's like this new build possible.
hmm And that new build, I've looked at it since we knew most of the cards, and I'm not settled on what Bloom could be. There's
I
like
don't blame you because it
yeah,
looks like
there's
Bloom
3 or
could it looks
4.
like just like looking at it on paper, it looks like Bloom could go in multiple directions.
Yeah,
Bloom can go in so many directions.
but I think this is like one of the 2 top ends that you kind of have to look at.
And that's fair
Uh,
enough. That's fair enough.
yeah.
This is just solid. It's consistent. It doesn't cost a lot. It does what you need it to do. No
This is
questions
lower
asked.
damage output than Chia, but you know what? This can unironically be the same damage output as Chia, so
Could exactly.
Yeah,
could.
this is a playable plus for me.
Yeah. Definitely.
Definitely.
No.
I mean,
I'd be a fool to say otherwise.
come on, man. It's got to be for both cards. Like it's unbelievable.
The
Like
playable plus for the early play, too.
even if your top end is not following like Cocoa, Chino is just a solid early.
Yeah,
Like-
Chino still finds her way into so many of the decks.
I like these profiles over Aqua's any day.
You spec into blue for this card.
If you are somehow already not doing it. Or you're playing Tell Her Friends. Tell Her Friends probably can't really justify this.
Charo and Chia is the only deck where this like doesn't really fit.
But every
other
other deck you are playing a lot of blue, because blue has a lot of good cards throughout Rabbit's history.
Present exchange. You got present exchange Shadow in that case. Might as well just play her. So
Right. You also have that.
So regardless, though, yeah, this package is amazing. All right,
Too good. All right, moving on.
All right, this one's me. Rabbit House Summer Uniform Coco. Rabbit House and Bloom trait, 1500 power, level 0. When this card's put to the stage from your hand, look at the top 2 cards of your deck and return them in any order. And then it's a drop searcher for Bloom and Rabbit House. Pretty good card. Kind of like a modern day drop searcher, whereas we were kind of playing around with super basic drop searchers before.
You mean the 2/5 vanilla?
The 2/5
Yeah,
vanilla.
the 2/5 vanilla. You had from Dear My Sister, you had drop salvager instead, which you were playing, but in most instances, this probably kind of replaces that card.
I mean, come on, man.
Right.
Like easily one of the better one-ofs in your deck. Like,
definitely. And on top of that, you could use this to set up you're playing standby. Set up your waiting room.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Set up your waiting room. Set up your triggers. Your finisher turn. Depending on what things you do. I love playing top 2 checks to choose my triggers and be like, okay, I'm gonna hit exactly this, and I know my damage numbers, so I know exactly what I need.
Or you could automatically side for 1 or something.
Yeah. So this is good at every level of the game.
I like this card overall.
I really do. In limited, gentlemen, actually, this is actually a pretty decent pick.
Yeah, you don't mind, I said my rare. Okay, fair enough. I'm taking it.
Okay, fair enough. You know what? Get this the playable.
Yeah, it's solid playable card. I like its tech option.
And then, as a final note, this card is the single best card to prepare you for the biggest meme of the set, which we will get into next time. we'll hold off for now, but this card is a relevant card if you want to dare play that one.
Oh no! All right. Anyway, moving
Next.
along. Yep, we have Study Time Reset 001500. On play, reveal the top card of your deck if it's a Bloom or Rabbit House character, add to your hand and discard. And on play, discard a Bloom or Rabbit House character to draw 1. I get a Project Pro out. Yes.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you gotta be kidding. It's like, okay.
It's funny because this is a rarity downgrade.
Yeah, it's just that a rare. It's a good card. Both the arts are pretty nice. I kind of think this one's cuter, but I'm running the SR in my decks just because of the shininess.
For swag, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me fact check you on that one, sir. If it is actually a rarity downgrade.
I swore Project Crow RE2 was a double rare.
It's a double rare for real?
FR.
This is a good card though. Like a lot of sets have been getting it recently.
Like Gavin, really quick. Was the Miku version in Queen Cup was rare or uncommon?
First off, it's an Eatski.
It was an excuse me, I'm sorry.
And you know what? I think she is a rare.
Okay. So she has to be rarely bumped. She has to be rarely downgraded. Got for.
Yeah. But I remember this back in Goblin Slayer. It was like a priestess, and that card did work there because it was getting you your like pants combo every turn and kind of milling through your deck and your events.
Actually, it's a cowgirl.
Oh cowgirl. That's what it was. Yeah.
And it's a promo.
Yeah, but this does the same thing. It mills 2 through your deck, hand fixes you twice. That discard a card can get you your climaxes, which is super solid.
And set up your waiting room for you're playing standby or something. Wink, wink.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, standby. I'm pretty sure I'm running 2 of these in the deck, just because. You don't you can choose not to do them. So if you want to trigger the standby, you can reveal first.
We will see in our handout that's not level 0 that some people may prefer to run because it's not level 0.
Yeah, in that specific instance, I might replace this card with that other one purely because the standby combo can plus it to hand.
Right, like Reset would, or Study Time Reset would always be a pretty good card in a standby shell if it wasn't for the fact that Halloween Night Reset, if it weren't for the fact that Halloween Night Reset profits off of level 1s or higher only.
Yeah,
and the fact check has been complete, sir. You are correct. It is a double rare originally.
I thought I knew my Cinderella girls.
And man, I still have to fact check you. I still have her, man. I have her in my hand.
That's fair. I don't actually own that card. I own cards with title, not for that deck. I play a gigantic meme in Zero Ghost. So let's stop there.
You may not play this in the standby. Rabbit House really likes this card.
Yeah, Rabbit House just generically,
yeah. You just play because you are a red heavy deck. You want waiting room access.
Oh yeah.
So honestly speaking, okay, limited. Actually, yes, one of your better level 0s to take.
Yep, I like it. It's a solid card.
Red is a complete boon for limited. There's so many cards that you're just like, yes, I'll take this, I'll take that.
Right, oh, this is my rare? Easy pick.
Building red deck win. It'd be harder to not build red deck wins in limited.
Right, there's just so many red cards. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure the number of cards we're gonna go through tonight, I believe actually exceeds both green and yellow combined by like a few cards.
Yep.
Yeah.
Even when we subtract out stragglers.
Even if we subtract stragglers, and even if we subtract promos.
Oh Jesus! But regardless, though, study time DZ, you know what? Despite my objections, playable.
Yeah,
Playable for me as well.
This is solid. You can't go wrong with a card.
Set context does matter, so
yeah. Like in some cases it's not as good, but in Rabbids, I like.
All right, next. Oh, Brocante Cocoa 002K. If all of you guys are Blue and Rabbit House, that this game's 1,000 and it's a climax swap. Bushy. How is this allowed?
Yeah, I'm like, wait. This is unironically a vanilla staggered climax swapper? What?
It's 3 easy, man. How?
Big body.
I would argue like staying 2 or more other would at least make it a little more balanced.
Right. Instead of I can plop this down by itself.
Plop this down turn 1. Your opponent's a fucking vanilla to deal with.
Unironically, this could be your turn 1 play going first or second.
That's how ridiculous this is. I'm just like, no, this should not be allowed.
Power Compass, vanilla. What?
Yeah. And then the climax swap makes it so that you probably play at least one of this in every deck.
Right. It's too good to pass up on.
How, like I said, man, how is this allowed?
How was this allowed? Like, I'm more surprised that this was like a double R, actually.
It's $1, man. A McDouble in the Bay Area is cheaper.
Doesn't it sound like it should be a double R when you read it?
Yes?
Don't put 14 double R's in a set, please. I had a hard time pulling these.
Easy. I'm gonna take out one of the blue double R's for this.
Oh yes.
Downgrade Rimlock takes away R.
Okay, yeah, there were some there.
She doesn't deserve to be double R.
Or downgrade Halloween Night Megu.
This is the one that got the SSP as far as Coco goes, not even your amazing level 3 combo.
Okay, to be fair,
they kind of treated it like
no. To be fair, I believe every SSP's base rarity is R.
I think you're right about that.
Because Chia was an R, Sharo was an R, Coco was an R.
Double checking, yes.
Reason was an R, yeah.
Yeah, almost all of them were rares originally, so... Again, man, holy shit! I'm looking at some of the SSPs.
Don't get me wrong, SSPs art looks fucking amazing, but
these things are. This thing is $700, man.
Ooh, this is actually a guy coming in with like full rarity rabbits.
I'm that guy. Please stop talking about me.
I mean, Coco is the only girl to get 2 SSPs.
Can you blame Bushiro? She is the protagonist.
Technically, yes.
Technically,
no matter
yes.
how wild her antics are.
I know Gavin doesn't want to admit it, but it's a fact.
God fucking damn it. And, hey man, she's not even the most expensive. Chino is by far.
That makes sense though, when we look at Chino's base rarity card.
The base rarity card will definitely have to talk. I think that one is more based on the voice actor as far as price goes.
Oh yeah, of course.
Fair enough. People do like that voice actress. A ton.
Are you kidding me?
Oh,
are you kidding me? It's like she is also the voice of Eatski.
Rem from ReZero.
Yep.
The list goes on and on.
But playable for this card for me, for sure.
Okay, in limited. Oh my god. Yeah.
Easy pick.
I see this in the back. I see this as my rare in the pack. Fuck yeah, I'm taking this.
Take pass.
I see this get passed to me. Reveal the SSP you pulled, sir.
Again, you reveal Shingle. Oh, fuck you.
Oh, fuck you.
All right, but unfortunately, I think that might be the end of like the consistent line of really good cards for red. I think I might have some opinions coming up.
To be fair, you know, we're about to reach the lower rarities. It's about to
we're
happen.
about to reach the lower rarities, and we just did go like 8 cards in a row with like playable.
Okay, sir, you first.
I'm not gonna give it a playable plus because vanilla stacking is fucking broken.
We're going even further beyond. We're going even further.
I question, why was this not a double R?
How is this allowed? How is this fair?
How is this fair? Like, I don't understand.
I'm going, okay, 3k power and toughness. How is this to kill this thing?
Utility card with 3000 power. What?
Yeah. The only thing is that it is a utility. It makes it hard to run this in multiples, which is the only reason why I'm not matching you guys on the rating.
Fair enough.
And also because I can't afford another SSP, please. I can only run one of these in the deck.
Not gonna lie, I think if I did bonus, I may unironically just play 2 because I don't mind fielding 1 turn 1 and then use this rare for the actual climate swap.
Farmman as a vanilla creature?
Like, I don't mind, I because, you know, lack of selectivity if I'm playing a standby shell. I can say go around. So, playing 2 is actually justified.
3,000, it's like 3,000, what the fuck you doing about it, man?
It's bomb, die, or commit.
Man, I have to fucking commit here.
Like,
hey, man.
If I gotta commit against this.
Commit to this card that if you're the one playing it, you honestly don't care if it lives or dies. It's a generic attacker to you.
Exactly. I'm talking more about the opponent having to commit.
Yeah, and then they're like, this thing is so big on his turn. How can I get over it? And you're just like, this card can die. I don't care.
Cocoa died? Sure, you can have her. She was bait.
Sure. I'll salvage her off my brainstorm and get ready to climax swap.
Exactly. It's absurd.
Like, oh my god. There's a reason why I'm going, man, why am I being nice to a climax swapper? Why am I being this nice?
Because it's good.
Well, here's the thing. It's vanilla stag while allowing you to try field. Like, it's not like Crimson, Demon Genius, Mega Man that says, no, please don't overcommit, or I'm going to turn small again.
Oh, this is bigger than Science Bay, and she has a real detriment.
Yeah, Cocoa just says, play the game, period, build, you know, like, don't be an idiot with your deck building, and I'm a 3K.
Bro, you can literally just slap this down by itself. You can be literally, you can be literally fucked.
It's absurd. It's absurd.
Oh my fucking god.
This is crazy. Alright, anyway.
Like, this is the exact opposite of bitching. Bitching about how the card is bad. No, this is too good.
Yeah, like this is almost an actual crime in development.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Call 5-0 on this bitch. Literally.
Oh man. She definitely does look sus.
Alright, next.
Alrighty. High School Days, Mocha, 10-4500, Bread and Bloom trait. When this card is put on stage from your hand, look at the top card of your deck and put it on the top or in the waiting room. And when this card attacks, choose one of your other red or bloom characters, and it gets power plus X. X being the number of your other red or bloom characters multiplied by 500. So more than likely a 2k pump.
Surveilling Shimakais. What?
Excuse me.
Yeah, it's a direct but better reprint of a card that you were already playing pre this set. DMS gave you a Shimakai that was literally that this is a Shimakai, but you get to look at one.
Which is solid. Surveilling Shimakais. How is this allowed? What is this power creep, man?
I only costing 500 power.
Oh no! I was gonna. Mocha's a shitter, anyways. Who cares?
Exactly.
You want this?
This is one of the cards where you, I don't know. Two X caveat. This is one of the cards where you go, I would love to run it. I probably don't have the space.
What is this called? Space.
That's the biggest thing with this card. Like if this was one card that was given to the set,
if you could, you would run it. It's just more of I need to play other things first.
yeah, the Bloom gave you so many good cards that this does not make the cut by a long shot. If you're trying to play like old pants combo, for whatever reason, which is like a bad idea, you probably run this now. But yeah, this does not make the cut by a really long shot, and it's unfortunate.
Right, this is otherwise a very good card that's overshadowed by like all this other like very powerful stuff.
Okay, in limited though, gentlemen.
Pretty solid.
Yeah, I take it.
What is this? Is this a uncommon or rare?
It's a rare, which means
you have to first pick it.
Man!
If this is your rare, you're kind of sad if you compare it to all the other rares that we've gone
but
over.
At the same time, you could go worse.
Yeah,
sure, you could easily go worse.
I will also say, like, probably a solid addition to the bread deck, although I have not looked at the bread deck and don't think it's very relevant since we got all the new stuff.
I don't think so either, but you know what? I'm going to be nice to this card. Give this the playable. It is grossly overshadowed, yes, but again, I think that, in a different timeline, sure, this card could easily be playable.
While this card, I'll put it this way. While I like the card, just despite the fact that it's overshadowed, I do like Dark Points because of how unexpressible it is as a result of being overshadowed.
Fair enough. Dang.
I gotta go down the list even more. I gotta give it a niche because it's. I will make decks and put 4 of every card that I want, and I'll slowly chop away until I get 50. That means I start with like 100 cards. This does not make it past like 80 cards. Like it's not a pick that's even remotely close. I like the idea behind it, but it's definitely not good enough.
It's almost like one of those like Kool-Aid cards. Like if this came out
if this would have came out in DMS, this would have been awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow, we
divulged. Though to be fair, DMS might have been too early for his profile.
Fair enough. All right, next.
All right, we have Rabbit House Summer Uniform Rising. This is EO 2500 power level 2 standard sack anti-change counter.
Oh hell no! Oh no!
Well, I'll just say this. By Rising, behave yourself. I'll give you a taste of my Sig Power.
Oh.
The real reason will be revealed towards the end for those who don't know Rabbits that well, but spoiler alert, we have these at home.
We have the technology to make this a far better card. The only place this could possibly go is either Rize Waifu, or if you are completely and totally adamant that I'm running a Bloom deck and all my cards have to be Bloom. That's the only way it ever makes the cut.
I would, Rize Waifu, sure, I don't know why I'm playing Rize Waifu, despite me liking Rize.
This is my only comment. A USP 45 is my only comment.
Yeah, it's a bad.
I'm going, M-Man, you know what tradition is by now.
But also, just think to yourself, audience, if you don't know the card that we're talking about, like, this is a solid, generically good across the board counter that most sets are like, yes, this is the one I get instead of like a ditch 2 to early play kill. That's awesome. This is bad in this set's context. So imagine how good the good card is.
And actually, so for those of you who are like who've only been playing Rabbits since DMS, I'm going, you know what? I feel so sorry for you. For those of you that have been playing since 2016, where have you been the last century?
Mm-hmm.
Where have you been the last century, man? I'm like going, dude, that's like World War I technology. So the Great War has already been fought, man. You should have already acquired your copies of this particular card a century ago, literally. All right, next. Secret Santa Kokoa, 3/2/10K. If you have another Secret Santa Shadow, this gains 1500 of the following ability. You may pay 1, discard a card. When this card attacks, you may pay the cost. If you do, it is an Icy Tail, except you mill 5 cards. And it also has, when this card enters the battlefield, you may pay the cost of 1. If you do, you may salvage a climax.
It's not an Icy Tail, it's the
Icy
top
Tail.
5 of your deck.
You know your own deck.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah.
It's Ronco, excuse me.
Yeah, well, I was sorry, how's it Icy Tail?
Oops, my bad.
It would probably be better for Icy Tail.
Climax combo list Icy Tail. Or not Icy Tail, Ronco.
We've seen that, man. We've seen Climax combo lists on both, and
Yeah, we
honestly,
have.
honestly, I'm going, oh god, it's Ronco. Ugh.
Yeah.
Now, the idea was that you're obviously meant to like kind of combine this with Star Wars Climax combo.
Why not just play 3 Shadow at that point?
Okay, so the debate around this is you could either play 3 of the Secret Santa Sharo, 2 of the Sharos, and a Musashi, which gives you like big cancel burn, or this. The only argument for this is on play it can salvage your climax, which can be pretty big if you're in like 8 choice or choice and wind.
Or your bloom only.
Yeah, yeah, as well as with the Sharos, it gives you an extra instance of damage that's not based on cancel versus the Musashi. So you're milling, potentially dealing damage, and if either of the 2 instances here cancels, it's pretty good. I have had the pleasure, if you can call it that, of testing this out in the yellow-green deck, and I haven't done it in Bloom yet, but the red color fix in yellow-green is super tough.
I could imagine.
Yeah, as well as it doesn't feel very good to play. 11-5, 12-5 with the climax is a good power stat. The like one time that I got to get it off, I milled 5 clean, so you could say like, oh hey, that's 5 damage you're not taking. But it's not worth the slot in your deck.
Right, it's just too RNG. Like you're only playing this. You're playing this. Primarily playing this because you just want access to a CX, and if for some reason you're at the point where like you're not ready to like pop a CX combo off or something, and you just want to like get possible extra instance of damage in a climax, I guess.
As well as you need to specifically have the Secret Santa Sharo to even get the mill 5. If not, then you just pay 2 to pay another 1.
Like on a turn you don't combo, you can just like keep Sharo safe in your back row or something for.
Yeah.
And just attempt to like, poke your opponent with disability.
Okay.
I'm not saying this is a good thing. I'm just saying this. I'm just saying more of people might think of it that way.
Even in limited, I go, no.
Right.
Yeah, the problem is too small.
Like the problem is more of getting both Sharo and Kokoa to enable this Kokoa to go off combo list. It's gonna be a little difficult to say the least. Mm-hmm. Like if you are taking this, you're just playing it for the pay 1 get a climax.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly speaking, the story is clear now. You are definitely Shadow's Secret Santa. Oh man.
I can't give it a full bag just because I could imagine some strategies where you would appreciate at least the climax salvage. So yeah. I'll give it the niche.
Oh man.
I'm giving it niche as well, just because like there's probably one instance, as well as like the damage numbers are slightly better than Musashi on this one, but the color fix makes it not worth it. If I could give niche minus, that would be my rating.
Or rather to go it with the Rex Punch, you probably have to play like a very entirely like you can't really play childhood friends anymore.
Yeah, it's an extra red splash.
You have to do like Boros.
Yeah,
Boros. A
notoriously bad color. So yeah, that's kind of where we're standing.
Hey man, Boros is one of the worst color combinations you could pick. So,
Mm-hmm.
all right, next.
All right, this one, me, adult coordinator, Rise, 3/2, 10k, 2 soul, Rabbit House, and Bloom. If this character's in your front row, all of your Bloom and Rabbit House characters get plus 1500 power. This is including itself. And then Climax combo, pay 1, put Did You Notice? The standby from Climax area to waiting room. When card is placed on stage from the effect of that climax, stand it, and all of your characters get +1 soul till the end of your turn.
Specifically during the climax phase, so you can't do the cheesy extra attack BS that you're doing with Ayumu and Ichigasaki.
Oh man. And man, the one that salvaged Ayumu from the fucking incinerator, man.
I like that it was a cheaper version too. Because previously it would cost you 2 stock and 2 cards.
Well, this is 1 and sacrifice the CX, so.
Well, this you're standing as you're playing it, so you're giving a haste by paying 1.
Right.
And you're supposedly trying to make up a damage economy by giving a soul to everyone.
That's fine, man. Most people don't even. Dude, most people treat that standby as a fucking blank, anyways.
Yeah,
Right.
It turns your standby that was useless as soon as you played it down into basically a 1500 +1 soul, because that's kind of what you get with the.
That's what happens. But yeah, I pay a stock to do it.
Yeah, but what you can also consider an early play because you're standbying it in at level 2, and it's for 1 stock.
And you gave up 1 stock and a card to do it.
Now,
Right.
me making all these arguments for it does not give it a pass. This card is not very good.
Right.
And I love Rize as a character.
Like the card sounds neat. Like the problem is more of, again, it's one of those like, why place when all this other stuff exists?
Yeah, as well as this climax gave you the ability to do 8 standby, and this is your finisher standby. Now, if my finisher is playing a vanilla climax and swinging, I'm not very happy.
That's not. I wouldn't be calling it a real finisher. Like you're playing 8 standby in rabbits. Your real main goal is to just simply beat your opponent up by them having a crash into you 5 ever.
Yes.
This is a finisher, man. FR.
No, I'm like 8 standby rabbits is more like playing a like this. You're playing like some kind of mid-range attempting to play pseudo controlling Weiss Schwarz deck.
I have made the deck, and let me tell you, it's based around the meme event that we'll get to in a little bit.
Oh,
but
no.
yeah. So it's all about trying to not finish with any real cards, but winning by boring your opponent to death. Another thing to note, in the 8 standby deck where you're playing this, the sacking of the climax, which is normally like a big benefit that I really like, is anti-synergistic with a 2/2 Rize that on reverse with a climax out.
Right, you're not
SEO plus.
The idea is that you're not supposed to like they're currently telling you, don't do this at the same time, kind of.
Right.
But in an 8 standby deck, I literally just play.
You kind of want to do that. It's the idea.
No, it's not that you want to do it. It's that that's how your field ends up. I just played my fun deck of this last night, and it's like I just played my standby combo beforehand, and I got my 2 Rizes, and I moved these 2 to the front row, and then I was level 2, and I played this standby combo, stood it up in the front row, and then oh no, I lost all my ability to plus.
At that point, I just keep re-saying a back row Larisic. At that point, I would just keep adult coordinates and re-saying a back row Larisic comfy and combo off the fucking Halloween night re-saying.
Right, man, but you don't get the additional 1500 buff that.
You don't get the buff as well as you don't get the soul.
Chances
so
are, if I'm playing that deck, I'm playing like some kind of low assist anyway.
Fair enough. Oh, you mean Jersey Time Shadow? For real?
I'm not
You
saying
also
that.
you don't particularly need a level assist with this one because if you have multiples of this card,
I'm talking more of if I'm playing a standby deck. Period.
Fair
I
enough.
suppose so. But yeah, don't get it twisted. This card's niche at best, bad in my general opinion.
Let's think about limited.
Oh,
It's actually
It's actually not
not
too shabby. It's not terrible.
terrible and limited.
Like if
It's
you pull this off, your opponent might actually start struggling.
fair enough. But by the time, but by then,
Oh look. Doing this at level 2 is not the worst thing.
Yeah,
it's not the worst thing, but it can easily be answered, man. They're common answers, so.
if you're playing from within the set,
we were talking limited here. I don't know about being easily answered.
yeah, if we're playing within this set, the odds are that
Like
you just got
only one player in the pot probably has the answer. Probably.
Mm-hmm.
If I remember correctly, the answer is common rarity. So.
But you only get the answer after they've had a whole turn worth of this,
Right.
and it's okay. The whole wall of 1500 power, potentially getting a climax combo standby, which is easy to do.
And you know, the soul pump means that you don't get the damage economy drawback that standby typically has.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Overall, I gotta give it a miss. I think people can attempt to make this work one way or another.
Yeah, I definitely don't have it figured out, and it's much more of a meme deck than anything real, but niche for me as well. Riza is a nice girl, very pretty. Her new look, preparing for college.
Wait. I guess it's more of this. Well, she is doing that, but like Cocoa, being like her, 19 IQ self thinks that it's actually her older sister Rose.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't think that they had to canonically establish that they thought they were sisters. They thought they were completely different people.
Right, it's completely different people.
Oh, right. Cocoa and Chino's IQ are like that low people.
Okay, and Chino's normally pretty smart, but she's just like
she has high IQ in some cases, low IQ when it comes to perception.
Hilarious episode. If you haven't watched
it was actually a fun episode.
This and you're just getting into the set, watch Is the Word of Rabbit. It's amazing.
Yeah, I like this episode.
You know what? Thanks, Limited. Fuck's sake.
You definitely sounded pretty discontent even with Limited.
You know what? Okay, gentlemen, you rescued this card in my mind then.
Okay.
Rescued is a really odd term to say because it's
rescued it from the incinerator, man. I was about to just incinerate this.
Right.
This is a rare. Sell it for like a 50 cents somewhere. It's better.
Alright, anyway. We now have study time Cocoa 00500. It's a 500 power assist and act. Rest 2 of your characters to give one of your characters on reverse blind stock until end of turn.
Oh hell no! I didn't like this in L Boots. I don't like it now.
The rest 2 is rough because you really tend to need your brainstorm almost every turn. The only reason you would put this in a deck is because of the rest 2, and yeah, it's just doesn't make the cut.
Fucking hell! Tap 2, Bushy, for real?
Tap 2 has been the general cost, but it doesn't make the cut. But I will say, if you're worried about stock, there are better cards in previous sets and in this set that can help you generate it.
Play the damn Cocoa if you're worried about stock.
Yeah, play the Cocoa FR.
Like, come on, man.
At least Cocoa will probably kill stuff getting her way.
Limited, gentlemen.
I don't think Limited rescued. I don't think it. I can't think how it would.
If it was a common, maybe you'll still probably see this in a limited experience.
You'll see like a couple being passed around just because it's just definitely on high anyone's priority list.
Yeah.
If I'm
You're probably not getting a brainstorm in limited, as we've discussed in yellow green. But we did go over the meme Exodia combo. That's rest 2, top 4 check, add 1. That's in red.
okay, I'd
That's
rather snap my back row for that, man.
Yeah, at least that one will.
yeah.
At least that one has a high.
and-
It's flexible mill. There's a good chance I'm getting something off of it.
exactly, which is just another argument for why this doesn't make the cut, even in limited.
Right.
Okay, so where is Cocoa headed? Not to college, probably.
Yeah.
Don't be that mean.
Excuse me, sir. 19 IQ.
When I was
She's
a
got a good
kid,
heart,
when,
we'll say that.
when I was a kid, I wanted to become a scientist.
Roman, 19 IQ, heading to college.
I'm pretty sure 19's an exaggeration. She
Yeah.
probably has a higher IQ than 19.
Okay, man. Yeah, imagine
19. I think you're struggling to know how to breathe at that point. But yeah, she was pretty bad.
If I'm not mistaken, if Kokomo tried really hard, she can ace her classes exam.
again, man. Imagine Cocoa trying to get into Stanford University.
Again, I'm pretty sure if she tried, she probably.
I kind of have doubts about that, man. Like Cocoa trying to get into.
I'd argue it's more likely that she'll do it than over half of the damn cast of this anime.
Bean Mate, sir.
Yeah.
I
She
say over half
reminds
of the
me.
cast. Like I say everybody.
She reminds me very much of Yui from K-On! And
Right,
yeah, it's probably like a
normal-
focus, and I can get it done.
Yeah, like normally you're dumbasses, but if they actually sat down and took the time and effort, they will excel.
I mean,
Yeah, if there was a college entrance exam episode, it would be about her getting like just enough to pass, like a 78 or an 81 on her thing, and it's like, I did it, hooray!
Or heck, she ends up making like top 5% or something.
Mhm.
man, it's like who's smarter, Coco or Yotsuba, man?
I would actually say Coco.
Really now, damn.
She's just high energy. Like she'll play the dumb person for like the comedic effect of the show, I think. But like she's not dumb.
You could tell that Coco does have quite a bit of intelligence inside her. She just wants being playful because she ultimately, if it's anything that Coco wants to do, she wants to make others smile.
Fair enough, but again, the reason why I make the reference, you know why I make the reference.
I know,
man.
no. I think Ian also does. So for the audience, according to Gavin, I have this like dumb addiction to orange hair girls that Ayane Sakura voices.
And then, am I fucking wrong?
You're not wrong.
Come on, man. Aya Neru? I was surprised. Aya Neru's like, not like your favorite actress or something, man.
Well, I don't like. I'm not a big fan of all of her roles. Like I did like her as wrong. It was a nice change of pace.
I also like her as Nowl. That is probably my favorite role of hers.
Fair enough.
It's like, oh, so Ian.
Yeah,
you take
bad.
this one?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
no.
I had said that earlier. I guess you guys didn't hear me.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, it's all good.
All right.
Alrighty, next.
Yeah.
Vampire Cocoa 002K. This is at this battlefield. Choose one of your guys. Give them 1,000, and you may pay one. Sacrifice this to top check 4, and grab a Bloomer Rabbit House.
I've been waiting for a set that finally has a pay 1 sack top 4 check because I've just always liked the effect, and it comes around in my favorite set, and there's just so many better cards that I can't put it anywhere. Both of these effects are like pretty solid, like 1K power pump.
They're definitely useful. It's just more of, again, it's this problem of just like high school days, Mocha. If you could, you would attempt to make room, but you kinda can't.
There's and
What room do we
especially
have,
so at
sir?
level 0. There's just so many.
We don't.
And come on, man! It's competing for a slot at 0. That's the tightest spot. No way in hell.
Yeah, Zero is especially tight, especially if you're on the standby show.
In limited though, oh baby, let's go.
We're actually going somewhere. Like, it's free power and
Free mill,
well,
not
no,
free mill,
no,
but
but it's more of, empty a slot because chances are this is going to be a sugar anyway, so, why not get rid of it to actually do something?
Exactly. You know what? I'm gonna give this the playable minus because it's an all-star unlimited.
Yeah, I have to agree here. This is one of those, like, you know what? The pack's been passed around, people already took all the good stuff, just somehow got left behind. Oh, let's go.
Let's fucking go. What rarity is this, man?
Uncommon.
it's uncommon.
Oh, okay, not bad, not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta give it a playable minus as well.
I'm gonna say niche. I think in limited it's still good. It's if you were if you're facing this card or the pay 1 rest 2 top check 4 Rize, which one would you pick? Because I would pick the Rize personally.
Probably the Rize because
the Rize, of course, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, and I think I gave that one like the playable or playable minus. So this one being just remotely worse. And
Well, I would argue this. You don't play the Rize, I guess, for the same reason.
Right.
Like the problem with Rize is that you're giving up 2 characters to find one, effectively.
Mm-hmm.
Kokoa, you play her, she's gonna buff a lane, and then she exchanges herself for a character.
Yeah, it's I can in a limited context take this card for sure.
I would argue that those are technically different roles.
I think so too, but even amongst the zeros and the pretty decent level zeros that you have in a limited context, she's still like my 4th or 5th pick, and so
fair enough.
And that just speaks to how good the level zeros are.
Definitely. Like
ridiculous.
I'm actually jealous of what this title has.
Hey man, you don't have to be jealous.
Don't do
this. You don't have to be jealous,
I really
sir.
Don't, but don't do this. I'm sinking money into. All right. I'm sinking money into another orange-haired girl. But it's a younger, right?
Oh God, no.
Well, wait. Were you not aware that I have a game for younger, right?
Oh God.
Well, you don't want your ladies killing people for you. It's just jail time.
Man. I'm about to say, man. Or worse, he could wind up dead.
It probably means I live the best moments of my life prior to it.
Oh well. At the same time, though, I don't know, man. You don't have to be jealous.
I really don't. You're right, but you know. If I am gonna buy into it, at least not now.
Fair enough.
Anyway, let's continue on here.
What next?
Nostalgic album, Coco's Mom, the mysterious nameless woman. Ooh.
Yeah, I was like, why does she not have a name?
Yeah,
she doesn't.
The same reason in Haruhi why Kion's sister doesn't have a name. The mystique. It could be anything. 0/0/2500 Bread and Bloom, and you can ditch a card from your hand to salvage the On Halloween Night event from your waiting room.
And On Halloween Night is a 1/1 Bloom event, which looks like up to your top 4 cards of your deck, reveal up to 1 Bloom character, strictly Bloom amongst them, add to your hand and mill the rest, and this goes to your memory. And continuous, it is in your memory. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Phyrexia.
Oh no!
I blame Gavin, by the way.
Why blaming me, man?
I'm pretty sure you're saying we're Phyrexia here.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. Again, man. What else do we fucking call it, man? Oh no!
It's the rainbow, dude. It's a rainbow.
The rainbow, yeah.
Oh my fucking god!
For all you deck builders out there, I will admit, On Halloween Night is a little bit tempting. Send to memory, no longer have to worry about color requirements on characters, not climaxes or events, mind you. And it replaces itself. It's like good compression. People like cards that go to memory. Deck builders, do not put 3 of this event and 1 of the bonder to it. Why not just play the 4th event? If you think of it 1-to-1, whenever you draw this bonder to the event, you just drew the event instead, it would be so much better. I've literally
To be fair, Coco's mom does give you that extra handout if you need it.
it the
And she
extra
is one.
handout after like the 8 other handouts that you have in the decks that you're playing this card in.
Hear me out. You're playing Bloom. You're probably playing handouts that are not necessarily activatable on your own turn without having to do extra actions that you prefer not to do. This is one of those few handouts that can be done on your turn. And it gets to something specific versus others being either more RNG based or what have you.
Okay, but if you're just trying to do it for the color requirement thing, not to compress to memory or anything like that, and you're running maybe 2 of the blue event, it's like, yeah, okay, maybe Coco's mom makes it in there. If you're running 4 of the event and 1 or 2 of these because you really want the event, that's also fine. But the math when it comes to 3 of the event and 1 of this, in my mind, it just does not connect.
It doesn't either. It doesn't either to me. Just run the 4th event. I agree with Ian completely.
Yeah, like if you're really worried about hand fixes, there's a lot of hand fixes. The study time Rize is a hand fix for 2. The drop searcher that we were talking about that looks at top 2, that's a hand fix. It might be costed, but it's a hand fix. There's loads and loads of those different cards, whereas you don't really need to worry about this one. And so if you want the event, sure, play this, but 3 and 1 is the ratio I'm going to get mad at. Any other ratio, fine, whatever. But that one,
I feel like, I mean, have you actually rank people who attempted this? The real question.
I saw one list that had it as 3 of them and 1 of this, and then another one with 3 of the event and 2 of Coco's mom, which I thought was a little excessive, but whatever.
But we could definitely at least agree that the wide majority of people who are even playing the event period are definitely not trying to do it in that ratio at all. Like,
yeah,
like you said,
a dumb ratio.
It's probably like 1 character and 2 events, or you just go 2 characters and 4 events for like a full package.
Mm. And if you're only playing it to get rainbow effect where you can play any card, I would say run 2 of the event and nothing else. You don't need the bonder, you don't need anything. Your color issue should not be so bad that you need like all 4 colors right at level 1. There's got to be one place where you can compromise a little bit.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah. So
and you know, if we look at the history of how this titles card was being developed, you know, there's just a lot of blue period.
Mm-hmm.
So it shouldn't really be a problem.
Yeah.
Theoretically speaking, of course.
Yeah, the memory compression aspect of it though, I really like that about the event. So I gotta say, probably for the event, playable minus. For Coco's mom, I can't get past the. I would rather just have the event itself, and I gotta say that it's bad.
Right.
Because in a constructed context, it's even grabbing the 1/1 event is kind of like a personal preference thing. I don't think it's the best card that you can put in your 50, but it's fun. It makes life a little easier, and it's a compressed 1 as soon as you use it. To add on to that extra baggage with a bonder, it is not my style.
Okay, guys, fair enough. You give me can we? I will give me this because let me get one can.
Honestly speaking,
okay. We're talking uncommon character and an uncommon event. Not the worst thing in the world.
It's not the worst thing in the world. I mean,
yeah, I would argue you obviously prioritize the event first if you are going for this game plan period.
Exile one of your 25 cards because in limited your deck your deck size is cut in half.
Right. So you know that's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good recollection economy.
Right. Like even just exiling one copy of this is 4% of your deck gone immediately. So
that's pretty good.
That's pretty good, honestly speaking. You know what?
And it's also cantrip you, and it also allow you to break the rules.
Right. It tells you, it allows you to be Fire Requiem, so which in limited it might be a godsend.
Right, because normally.
Yeah, because you don't even know what you're gonna have to play.
Yeah, and you're like,
and as soon as you
play home, you're
this,
just kind of like, oh, screw it, I can do what the heck I want now.
Exactly.
Yeah, as soon as you pull this from the pack, your deck building can change completely, and you can be like, I can run the best of everything.
Right,
Literally,
right.
you can be Rainbow without getting punished.
Right. I like that. So overall, I gotta agree with Ian here. This is a playable match for the event.
I think we're in concurrence here.
All right, fair.
I'm actually going to give both halves the playable minus because the same for the package. I'm going. You know what? Give both halves it.
I'm going to argue that Coco's mom has to get the niche only because Ian did bring up a good point where you're either fully committed to the package or you just don't have acid fury.
In limited, sir.
Even in limited, like in limited.
In limited, you're probably getting 2 of the event max. And in a 25 card deck, I still don't think you need the specific bonds to this.
You could argue that the the extra copy might not be like all that great in limited. Like yes, it's an option, but it's also more
consistency.
It also adds a little bit of consistency. It's just more of.
Honestly speaking,
I'm not feeling it overall for the character.
Okay.
If it did something else, like an alternate ability that did anything, it might have a better chance. But it's strictly vanilla.
Right. That's kind of like my best other problem that Ian, that's not a fair point. Like other than bogging, was just as being understated.
On it. Oh, fair enough.
All right, let's move on then.
Yep. But Vampire DZ 0035. All of your opponent's guys get Encore 2, and when this is battlefield, you may send a card from your hand to stock.
How you guys feeling about this one?
It's overshadowed in a constructed.
Definitely 100% overshadowed in the constructed contents. Like, again, this profile originated in Goblin Slayer. But the problem is that I don't know. You probably have never encountered GS Yellow, have you, Ian?
I have. It's a fun deck. That finisher's kind of scary.
That finisher is extremely scary, and well, I don't know, sir. How scary is GS Yellow?
Is this a question
until
of me,
that
or you're
point.
asking him?
Yeah, I'm asking you, sir.
Oh, me. Yes.
Yes. You. How many times has your ass been blasted from level 2, like early 2, to death?
Yes.
Yes. Well, now, of course, this is one of the pivotal cards in that set that allowed that. Kirin Gochiusa, you value your hand way too fucking much to sacrifice it to stock. And if you're playing this in the Bloom-based Rabbit House, you don't need stock that badly. As we said earlier, 5 stock's enough to maintain it. Now, as a 3,500 body in Constructed, that reaches the magic number. Unfortunately, though, it is largely going to be played as a 3,500 body that you might occasionally send a card to stock. But other than that, I would rarely see the opportunity to do it because, again, gentlemen, how much do you value your hand? In most decks.
What do you think, Rain?
In general, I mean, I would like to have a decent hand size, but if I know that my deck needs like, I rarely consider these profiles in general unless I know I'm building something specific where I need a Gorillion stock for my top bag or something.
I mean, GS Yellow is a good example of, I have no cards in hand, you are still dead.
Right. Like, that's been a strategy like that for me to consider it when building in a constructed con.
But the majority of people aren't even going to consider something like GS Yellow. That's way too risky. But at the same time, Gochiusa does not have that kind of strategy. Even Chia, you wouldn't even consider this in that particular build because, again, she requires both stock and hand. And if you're sacrificing cards from your hand to feed to your stock, again, that's not really helping out your case trying to finish with Chia. So, honestly speaking, in a constructed sense, forget about it. In limited, though, you know what? This is actually really good in limited because of her size. You don't care about the bottom sentence. And does your opponent care about the top sentence? I would argue the answer is no.
You could argue
Yeah.
the second sentence could actually matter a little bit, especially like, you open up with some card and you're just kind of like, I don't mind if this goes missing or something.
But at the same time, sir, hand size, very important and limited.
True, but that level like 2 or 3 in your hand on turn 1? Question mark.
You wanna clock every turn, man? Be my guest.
You're clocking every turn anyway.
There's some scenarios in limited where you don't have to clock literally every turn.
In general, you're expecting to clock at least 80% of your turns.
Okay, fair enough. What is that? 4 out of 5 turns?
Right.
I mean, you're clocking the majority of the time in limited, but at the same time, I don't know, man.
Like in some scenarios you don't mind doing it. Especially when you pop off some ability or stock on your turn 1. i.e. a brainstorm or something.
Oh, by the way, the Goblin Slayer reference is to a lizard priest eating cheese.
Oh, that's why it's called priest cheese. I never got to look at the art, close up.
Right, it's a lizard priest eating cheese. That's where he got the reference from.
Okay. That's why you call it priest cheese. Got it.
Again, I didn't want to use the term because that might alienate Ian. So
right. Okay, well, thank you for the lesson there.
Now, honestly, I have to give Vampire DZ here the playable minus because of limited play.
Yeah, it's a powerful opener. I do like it. And, if you are trying to do something a little more specialized in maybe a constructed setting, you could maybe make the argument, but it's definitely more of those it's definitely one of those limited staple cards. So overall playable minus.
Like if you can't afford Halloween Night Chia, this is a good alternative.
All right. I have held my tongue for long enough because I wanted an unbiased, generalized opinion that was pretty okay, and I think you guys did a good job. Now, my bias here is stock is my favorite thing in the entire game. I love it. It's like money to me, and I love collecting the monies. This card is one of 3 cards that I know of in Gachiusa, and I know the entire set, that can kind of generate you stock out of nowhere. I would say it's the worst of the 3, but I really do like this card. The give your opponent Encore 2 is not even anything relevant. It just gives your character extra power, which is awesome. And like you were saying, Rin, turn 1, this can help you do brainstorms or other shenanigans that you want to do if you want to Ricky on the first turn. But I think to be more realistic, the biggest context where this is relevant is with your standby 1/1 into 2/2. This is a card that hedges against your opponent's strategy to rush you to level 1 before you've generated enough stock to get your game kind of set. If you're going first, you play your runner, they triple field, slam the climax, you're level 1, you're completely tilted, you're almost out of the game. You have to get lucky to get back in. This can somewhat fix you by giving you extra stock out of nowhere. It does cost hand, and I think, Gavin, you're right on the money where Rabbit House, no matter what deck you're playing, really needs the hand. But I think that maybe one of these if you wanted to hedge your bets against it. I have to give this a niche, even with my bias. Like, I don't know if the viewers truly understand. I have thrown games to get more stock, competitive game with money on the line. I have
Damn.
thrown games to get more stock, and I still don't think this is the play. And alternatives to this, um, both of them are from the Dear My Sister set. Look for a 0-0 Coco. She's got her hands in like a little pointing motion. She's got one eye closed, and she's got her tongue sticking out.
Yeah,
The thing on
I know
that
what
is,
I know what you're talking about.
yeah. So if anyone of the viewers want to look it up, 004K. She's when you come into play, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a level 0 character, send her to stock. If it's anything else, she stays on the field. She's really big, but it's a kind of a coin flip whether or not you get a card on field or a card in your stock. I played that in DMS quite a bit because I love the stock and it was a really big body. Alternatively, there is a Megu 001K. She's got kind of like cat claw hands. She's got like a bonnet on top of her head. It's tap, give something a level and 1,000 power until the end of turn. She won't stand the next turn if you use that ability. And then she has, if you're level 1 or higher, as a cost, send her to stock to put a 1/1 vanilla Maya onto the field. I have never once run the 1/1 vanilla Maya because it's a cost. You can immediately send her to stock and then fail to find the 1/1 in your hand.
It's the same logic in how people use the Shizuku anti-change in Nishigasaki. Some people don't play the 1-0 that she changes into at Encore step after bombing.
In general, there's those three options when it comes to generating stock out of nothing. I do think that potentially, if you really want to avoid those bad situations with the standby combo, if your local meta is wisening up to being like, yeah, if I just slam a CX with 2 or 3 characters, I can screw up their whole game plan. And if you're married to the standby combo, you don't want to try other things, this could be an answer to that problem, the big weakness that the standby gives to your level 0 game. Otherwise, there's 2 other options, but yeah, just generally consider it. But I'm not even beginning to claim it's your best option when it comes to cards to choose.
Fair enough.
Not even close, man.
Yep. Alrighty.
Just informing the public.
Yeah. I really appreciate your insights. With your vast knowledge of the history of this title, as well as Gavin's. Like yes, I have a fair amount of experience with like this title back in the mid 2010s, but most people just play Rabbit House Mega and Dear My Sister at best.
Yeah, you end up getting to see only like 55
like
a
fraction of what this title could do.
So yeah, it's just good to consider other potential things.
Right, for sure.
We can move on.
Oh yeah.
Ready. Fundraising for presents, Coco. 1-0 generic 2K counter for Bloom or Rabbit House. This was something Rabbit House was really missing. You were stuck with a set 1 TD 1500 counter for a while. Generically playable minus for me. There's like you've seen a 2K counter in like every set ever. There's not much to say.
Right, you're right. Yeah, and good thing here is that it's an uncommon. Sometimes we unironically see them still printed as rares. Cough, Toka.
Yeah.
Literally, we've seen. Literally, it's a 2K. It's a factionalized 2K counter. There's not much else to say. You know what? Playable.
Yeah, it's the most relevant traits in the entire set.
With how it's phrased, you could argue it's not even necessarily factionalized, only because a lot of things have Bloom anyway. There could be splashing like a lot of other things. It's not strictly factionalized. I will agree with Ian here. I would say more playable minus just because I think a smaller number of decks can really take advantage of the 2K counter versus the majority.
Yeah. Also, this can give maybe Bread Deck a 2K counter that they were looking for because it's got Coco in it, even though it's not.
Well, Brett cares more about the red color more than anything, right?
Yeah. So yeah,
So
before
this is a
yeah.
red, so it definitely goes in there. But what I'm trying to say more of, a smaller number of decks actually can defend at level 1.
Hmm. Yeah. Just
No. Of
in
course,
general, it's
this
like
is definitely decent in a limited context. Easy costless counter to force your opponent to give up a lane and get that damage economy being temporary.
Exactly.
oh yeah.
So pretty good in that aspect. Right? I think we have no more to say about this.
No.
All right, who's ready for package time?
Oh, great. It's package
It's
time.
package
Package.
time. All right, we have reward staff Cocoa 104,000. During your turn, if she has a marker, she gets 3,000 power. And on reverse, you may pay the cost of 1. Where the heck was the cost? Ring and no old clock.
Oh, come on, man.
10. Yeah, pay 10.
Okay, now calm down. Okay, yeah. You may pay a cost of 1 stock. If you do, search your deck for up to 1 Bloom or Rabbit House character. Alright, next
Okay.
part of package.
Alrighty. Reward stamp visa 001K. She's a frontal 5, and you may tap her to give one of your characters with stamp in its card name. And if they don't have a marker, you may marker the top card of your deck face down.
After you
I
look
thought it
at
was
it,
face up, as a marker in the translations. I don't think it
is it?
matters much, but yeah.
Let me take a look.
I swear I get those two kanji mixed up.
It is upside down. Damn it, Luke.
It should be face down, right?
Yeah, it is face
So
down.
I read it
Oh, it's
right.
face down?
I read
Okay.
it right.
Well, yeah. So I've been playing it slightly wrong, but then it doesn't matter. But
Typically in Weiss Schwarz markers, enter a card face.
yeah. The card underneath does not matter in any of these cards in the package.
Like there are a small number of cards that have face up markers, but most of them are face.
Yeah.
No, but regardless, though, let's move on to the next component of the package.
Reward stamp Chia, 002K, Amahusan and Bloom. Discard a card from your hand. When a marker is put underneath this card face down, you may pay the cost. If you do, look it up to the top 4 cards of your deck. Reveal 1 Bloom character with Sharo or Chia in its name. Add it to your hand and put the remaining cards in the waiting room. And then generic hand encore.
We also have reward stamp Chino 2/14500. She has some markers. She gets 5,500 power, and when she reverses a level 2 or higher character, you may stock. And on play, she gets power plus X until end of turn, where X is the number of your Bloom, and Rabbit House characters multiplied by 1,000, including herself.
Okay. Oh. Here's a stamp card. 1/1 event. Choose one of you guys with stamp in its card name, and you may choose up to 1 guy in your hand and place it underneath it as a marker. Face down, boys. If you did place a marker, drop to 1 card and then salvage.
Alright, let's break it all down. So this obviously starts where from, starting, the neighbors are obviously the event here and Reason herself because she's the one that's
She's giving the stamps.
Yes, she's rewarding people.
The stamp package, I'm going, you know what? Okay. It requires quite a few pieces to run the stamp package.
Oh, definitely. And you could argue, when you're running this, you don't run all of it.
No, of course not.
Yeah, no, you section it out based on the deck.
But at the same time, look, like for example, Rabbit House, the Bloom-based Rabbit House. I'm going, is there room for this? And I'm trying to go to myself, well, number one, it requires me to run a level 0. That's already kind of a big no-no in Rabbit House-based Bloom.
I would argue you're playing stamps, you're going for an entirely different strategy.
Right, you're not playing Bloom-based Rabbit House. So, okay, in standard Rabbit House, you might consider this, but not really.
Let's think about what Rabbit House does specifically that we care about. The Rise and the event are the enablers. We get a Cocoa who becomes a 7K beatstick that can then pay 1 to get whatever the heck you want for your deck.
I mean, she effectively goes stock neutral that turn.
Yeah, stock neutral, but plussing one to hand without a climax combo
Right,
is
it's kind of like the logic of cards like Water Blue New World Daya in Love Like Sunshine.
Fair enough.
Or whatever the fuck her name was in Hinology.
Oh, come on, man. It's Yuko.
Oh, it's Zuko actually? Oh.
Yeah, dude. You know, the Hot Springs Yuko. So essentially, well, at least they didn't require a marker underneath them.
Right, but
You
they're
know,
only like right.
They're only 500 smaller than Kokoa, so. But again, they did require you to tap one thing in the back row.
If you're not using the Rise, you could do Rise stamp card and like turn 2 cards into a blind card and any character that you want from the living room.
Fair enough, but at the same time, that was costed. So
that was costed. So I guess it's my problem.
It's a costed hand fix 2, which I don't think is terrible.
Right,
but
this is not terrible in a nutshell.
It's not terrible, but at the same time, I'm going, what space? Where am I going to play this package outside of its own dedicated deck?
You make the space. Okay,
yeah, okay. You have to kind of force it.
I fell in love with the package the moment it was spoiled. I have since reevaluated, and I'm going to go out before I gush about it. And also, just like the Vampire Rise we just went over, the package is not very good. I love it so much, but it's not very good. If we want to jump back to the Coco, going stock neutral to +1 in hand without a climax at all, you're almost certainly getting the reverse. And just like getting a card out of your deck is really awesome. You can pay out climaxes that you might have hit, which if you hit a climax, boom, that's a +1 to hand and stock filtering. This is probably the generically most playable stamp card. I think this, if you're playing stamp, it fits in the most decks. As far as like extra stuff, not the enablers. The Rise, you probably play this in anything that you're doing to do stamp. You would go Rise before you would go the Rise stamp card event.
Right. Because at least Rise here it's a searchable character. The event you have no bonger or anything like that to go into.
Yeah.
Right, and realistically, again, you could at least with Rise, it's free.
Yeah, it's completely free. She can do it under herself once as well, also. So if you don't even have a target, you can just be like, okay, I'm in first deck. I'll tap her and mark her, and it's a compress 1.
Yeah, you could do that. She does technically have a stamp in her card game. This is correct.
But at the same time, though, I'm going, okay, in limited, gentlemen, no.
No, no. Like.
I argue the opposite.
Okay.
If you don't get the good cards like the double rares and stuff, I think in a limited context, stamp is the way to go. The most common thing you'll see, and the only place it's really going to be viable. So it's going to be the most fun.
All right, I'm going to go in between you folks. There are some ways you could like attempt to like make stamp like good. It's a good thing that Rise, the enabler, is a common. Coco is an uncommon. The event is an uncommon. The event's gonna be a little less likely to find, but if you do pull this off, you prioritize Coco and the event and Rise, you can definitely try to make something work, and you have yourself like a solid mini engine working in your deck there. In limit.
Yeah. With all the memes aside of like will you, won't you, most if not all decks don't run this. The 8 standby deck I was talking about earlier, this is a sub package that I run in there because I'm like, well, what if I can I'm playing 4 of the Rise stamp card event and like 2 of this reward stamp Rise. It's like, what if I can compress like 10 cards underneath Rise and never take damage?
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, okay. It
Nice.
doesn't work at all. You never get enough of the stamp card in your hand, even running 4, to make it worth it. But that's all meme. The one card I do want to focus on here is the Chia card.
All right, fair enough.
This is an Akatsuki with Encore. This is like straight Akatsuki. I have cut out 4 or 5 spaces in my Sharo Chia deck for 3 of these and 2 of the Rize. If you have an Akatsuki, why not play it? This is a repeatable one because when it dies on the swing back, you can hand Encore. It loses its markers because it still technically goes to waiting room and then comes right back onto the field. And then you can repeat it again.
Because, in more recent years, cards that do gain multiple markers, they typically will have the regenerator clause. But because of how the stamp cards work, they have to go into the waiting room to lose their markers.
Yeah. So the Encore thing, it makes it perfectly synergistic. And we were talking in Yellow Green about how more mill. We were missing out on so much mill.
And you play Rize and Chia here, you could unironically mill 5 cards per proc.
Yeah, and so I have actively used it and played against other people. They point out to me, don't you think Akatsuki in a deck where your climax combo is a Maguro, which is a top check 4, don't you think that's a little much? And I say, no, it's not enough.
You can never have too much mill, apparently.
You do. This whole setup kind of does make you bleed hands, but only when you really want to. If you want to save the card and you think that
right, you have an Chia, you don't have a bogger.
Mm-hmm. If I've been in situations where I have the new runner Chia and I'm like, I'm at level 1. I'd rather just Akatsuki again next turn to see if I get anything better or if I want to mill through my deck. So I'll pitch that to Encore, and then next turn I can just marker. It's a spicy meme. My rating for each and every one of these is a meme, but I think that my personal text, I am actively playing this in my competitive Sharo Chia deck, is some of the Chia and some of the Rize.
Okay, fair enough. I respect it.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you want to go first, or shall I?
You.
Okay, or me. So I kind of do it separately because I don't like all the cards, or I cannot put all the cards on the same level. Cocoa. I could see Ian's point about this being a possible way to go in limited, in particular, as well as possibly being splashable in in a decade way, right? So I want to keep it a little nice. I'll give her the point minus because she is a stock neutral plus, right? Rize being the enabler, I guess I technically give her the same rating because she's kind of the game that keeps it all together, and there are incentives to be made.
Right.
Chia, I could see the argument again. This is this is the way of having actual Akatsuki, albeit with extra steps.
That's as much as you can ask for in this day and age.
This is true. My biggest problem is more of I think the only thing that appreciates this is honestly Chia Sharo's childhood friends, so I'm gonna give her this ultimately. But I would have liked I just can't imagine it's any other deck. Shingo.
Yeah, it doesn't fit in any other one.
No.
This is the only probably bad one.
I don't like this card. But by Rize, behave yourself. I will give you a taste of my ink.
Yeah.
And the event, it's actually not too shabby. But I think overall I gotta give it the niche because I think actually this is one of those that how I build around it a little more versus than just trying to play the Rize and your characters of choice as a mini engine.
If you've got a playset, have fun at your locals. Build this deck. I've played it. Tons of fun. Not good. Tons of fun.
I could imagine this being fun. Fair enough.
Also, best episode of the whole season, my opinion.
That's episode 12, man. It's episode fucking 12.
Yeah, it's therefore a little more memorable to you.
Okay, fair enough. I remember the mocha.
The reason it's my favorite, I'm biased and I don't care. This was the best.
Fair enough.
So very cute.
The mocha scenes were very.
Oh, I like the mocha scenes more. Honestly, man, episode 5 was my favorite.
That was the Halloween night one, correct?
No, episode 5 was the marathon running.
Yeah, Halloween was.
Oh yeah.
But anyways, let me go through this package, man. Reward stamp Cocoa. This is a rough one. I don't like the fact that you need a marker here. I really don't.
I guess fair enough.
Like, okay. In order for this card to do anything at all, you need that marker. And yes, we can get free markers. But at the same time, that takes up a lot of slots. There's also a costed way of getting the markers. That also takes up slots. So, you know what? I really can't see this outside of its own dedicated deck niche for Cocoa here. DJ kind of being the enabler, okay. Well, obviously, she doesn't do anything outside of her own dedicated deck. Okay, she's a frontal 5, which is inherently rather useless. So literally, if you try to splash this in anything but stamp, oh, good luck. You're gonna have a hard time getting through. Honestly, give this the niche. There's no way in hell. Not even, obviously, I'm going to dismiss Limited entirely because good luck assembling this in Limited. Like, you pretty much have to, even in Limited, you have to pretty much go stamp or not stamp. And
well, chances are you don't consider stamping till
until you see one reward stamp reset.
I was gonna say more of like at the earliest your 4th pick or so.
Like, again, that's kind of...
Yeah, build a real deck first in Limited, for sure.
Like, honestly speaking, okay, sure, I could see stamp stealing some games in Limited, but it's gonna be rough. Alrighty, Chia. Is this the price that we have to pay for Azusa Mark 1? For real? I don't know, man. That's... Again, it's repeatable. It's repeatable, of course. And this is supposedly your quote-unquote brainstorm in Stamp, probably, because if you want to keep this safe and not have to nuke your hand, she'll be in your back row. So I think that's where...
Well, you can't keep her safe because she will have
she'll have the marker and then you can't repeat it. She has to be in the front row.
Okay, so
yeah, it's not like a Magi style repeating over and over every time because you can only marker off a reset if they have no markers.
They have none. Yeah.
Oh man, that's even worse.
Like I think only the event could give markers to existing markers.
And at that point, that's costed. Why not?
Right. So that's why. So they're trying to make make sure not to make it that easy.
They try to basically force her to go into combat.
Right.
Which oh man. Okay, I'm gonna give Chia the mercy niche on this one. I'm gonna give her the merciful. I can't believe I just gave Azusa a fucking niche. Oh,
I guess because of one how clunky it is, and you have to dedicate
way too clunky.
It's a very clunky method of doing it, and we've already established that this expansion already gave childhood friends a good amount of deck fixing that it desperately needed.
It constructed. Hell no! Give me the event all fucking day.
Listen, I play the events, and even though I've admitted I play this card, it's me trying to be spicy. It's not me. Even in my competitive deck, I'm trying to be like, okay, this is what makes me different. I like Akatsuki.
Again, dude. I'm talking strictly from the Sweat Lord's perspective. No memes. It's like again, man. One of the biggest things that matters to me is in high level competitive. Will this matter? Absolutely not. like even I'm talking about both constructed and limited perspectives. I'm going like, my God, I'm facing nothing but fucking sweat lords repeatedly at high level tables. So I'm going again. Next, Chino.
Yeah. Not a good one.
I will beat Chino with 30 stampers, man.
Damn, you're gonna beat her with stamps?
Okay, no, I'm gonna stamp her forehead with 30 of these damn things.
I'm like, whoa.
She's only gonna like that more. They want more of the stamps.
They want more
That's the point. We have to give Chino affection.
And I like her. I like her as Itsuki way fucking more. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair
Think about it like this: if you could stamp her 30 times, the deck would actually be good. Press 30.
Press 30. Let's fucking go, boys.
No. I think you just lose to just taking refresh points 5 ever.
Oh yeah. And then, how did you die? I killed myself. Literally.
How many refresh points did you take? Yes.
Yes, at that point. All right. Lastly, the stamp card. Okay. Well, it's a double hand fix for 1, so it's a double cantrip. There's no bonder. Ugh. Oh man, no.
This really needed a bonder to really make the deck come together.
You know what?
How much cards did I get give?
I will be merciful here. The niche. So I'm so sorry, but at the same time, no, I cannot extend.
I can't.
I cannot extend the same courtesies.
Nah. Fair enough. I'm more surprised I just didn't give every single one double.
Oh, hey man, were you preparing for that?
Low key.
Hey man, okay, 6 months ago during the intolerance phase. Oh hell no! I would have shot every single one of these in the head and moved on. It's like no mercy, man. But you know what? I'm not that.
You learn that I see that there's some merit.
I'm past the intolerance phase at this point.
Okay,
so
okay.
All right,
anyway,
next.
steps
Who is next?
I'm next.
All right.
See, he kept track.
Yeah, Shadow Effort Mocha 2/1 garbage. 45 1 soul bread bloom. You can discard a vanilla card to free fresh, and it's a level 2 reverser.
Why do we care again?
Any card that makes you play a vanilla is bad, and you have refresh counters in the set. So double sleeping dead dog bad.
Oh, you said double, Ian?
Yeah,
Oh,
double.
man.
So this is my first double, and I think this deserves it.
Alrighty, well, by Mocha, behave yourself. I will give you a taste of our cappuccino.
Oh,
man.
Did she even attempt to make a cappuccino? I don't think she did.
No, but dude, her coffee tastes like fucking mud. Remember that? Remember that, man?
When she had made it taste like mud, it gotta be something.
I mean, dude, but even she tasted it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I regret to inform you that we work at a 10th tier cafe.
Oh man!
Out of 110 cards, they still managed to put in a goddamn vanilla, which upsets me. They had to extend the set to be bigger than the average one, and they still. There's one in yellow too. There's a yellow vanilla.
Right.
It pisses me off when they do that.
I thought we were past the point of vanillas, man. Is Bushiroad secretly constructing for limited or something?
Apparently.
So it seems.
I don't know. Again, man, when Bushiroad announces limited for Weiss Schwarz, let's fucking go, boys.
We're ready to dominate it.
Oh, we're ready to fucking dominate.
All right. Well, anyway, moving on. Oktoberfest reason 001 dosing. On play Blink and a Zero Bomb.
Cool. This is 1,000% more playable than the Mocha card we just looked at.
Yeah, good tech card. I don't know where you fit it because again, level 0 is stacked in rabbits.
Let's say about this way.
Did you say waifu man? Limited?
Yeah, you could probably get away with this.
Does it say waifu already have a level 0 bomb?
I think so. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she got one like extra booster that one.
It's if she has one, I don't think the secondary effect is as relevant as this one.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. The blink's pretty good.
Yeah, the blink is solid.
The blink is nice. No, I'm trying to think about like, what do I care about blinking?
No.
Just on play things like early play Neg Souls.
Who plays those anymore, man? When's the last time you saw one of those?
Like,
Yesterday.
yesterday.
Was it Mike that played it?
No, it was my boy Phil. I forget what it is. It's some idol set. It's
Shizuku. It's Shizuku, isn't it?
Shizuku. Yep.
That's why I actually
the
bring
one.
her up. I was gonna be like, if you play
Don't actually
Shizuku,
play Shizuku for real?
pause.
It's in
Big
an
pause.
11K hexproof Neg 2 Soul with the easiest condition possible. That card is broken.
It just does not have hexproof. What the hell?
He's got like some back row card that like taps and gives it can't be targeted.
No. It's a 1/0 that gives the Sanger character hexproof
Yeah.
on his turn only.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, what? Impossible.
Yeah. No, that's exactly what it is.
The Shizuku herself gets that hexproof, but you play the 1/0 Emma that gives her 1,000 power and hexproof if she's on the Sanger spot on your turn only.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like going, what the?
You could still blink her when your turn comes around.
Right. I'm going. Shizuku's not even all that good. We played her.
Well, we and I test, he and I tested it. Like, it's something neat on paper versus getting 2 damage and being big.
But I is just better, man.
Well, I provide such that valuable rec that we kind of still need.
And Emma is literal divination, man. So why not play either I or Emma? Like, if you want card advantage, Emma's your girl. Like, for real, I'm going.
Whether or not Nishigasaki needs additional advantage is very debatable.
Right. But Phil is very brave for playing Shizuku. I'm going.
The build he came up with was incredibly like oppressive. Like you've got that as your level 2 game. He has this thing that's like burn 1, burn 3 as like an alternate finisher, and he's running the 8 choice, so that he's got cancel. Yeah, so he's got cancel burn restand.
Oh baby, I was this. If anything, this man is brave.
The Rena combo for real?
The Rena combo. The Rena
combo I shot dead months ago?
Yeah.
I fucking shot that combo dead. I was like, hell.
You
That's where he's at. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't get to watch your guys' one of that, but
you go ahead.
I don't know if all these cards are coming together for some mystical, like pretty solid brew, but it put me in my place like 3 games in a row. Not gonna lie.
I'll ask Phil about it later, but hot damn, that sounds like some spicy meat.
That's a spice. I got Gavin came up with spice.
Event. But back to DC serving apple juice.
Yeah.
Also, just went through all the old Rize combos. I did not see a level 0 reverser. You might be thinking of Rabbit Ears Parka Coco.
Right.
Bummer.
But regardless, though, these you know what? Okay, in limited, sure, pretty good actually.
Yeah, there are some abilities that will actually neutralize
It's removal too. So honestly speaking, in constructed, hell no. Playable minus.
I'm gonna say against Milliganish.
All right, playable minus it is.
I'm gonna say niche because it definitely in constructed it depends on what you're expecting to see.
My biggest problem is more of
In limited, it's actually like a worse pickup because if everything is from the set, there's nothing that has like existing on field effects that you're really worried about. So it's just a level 0 problem.
Right. Which is still decent. Don't get us wrong.
Right. All right, next. Gaia did rise. Cocoa 002K. Okay. The character in front of this cannot move. When it's at the battlefield, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's Bloom or Rabbit House, that's kind of hard bushy. This card gains 2,000 power, so...
Anti-runner.
Cool. Why do I care again?
Yeah, you had these in earlier sets in different colors. This doesn't make the cut ever.
In limited, I'll rather just play the bomb at that point, man.
Yeah, play the bomb or something.
Guarantee it's dead.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, sure. This could guarantee the kill on Halloween Night Chia, but that is super fucking niche.
Wait, Chia? You mean Riza?
No. This can get Halloween Night Chia in limited.
Oh, yeah.
This can literally guarantee the kill on that, but
why play that over Vampire Rize?
Exactly.
Mm.
Honestly speaking, this can fucking whiff too. No fucking thanks, boys. Where is Cocoa headed? Where is Cocoa headed? Hopefully to a flurry of snowballs.
They make a big pastry. Why? So you can grab a big ring.
All right, Ian. Can you save this?
No. I'm at. It's a bad card.
All right, fair enough. Next,
It's a common though. You can't expect too much.
Yeah.
Hey,
Speaking of which, another common that you can expect quite a bit from. Matching Bangs, Cocoa, 1/0, 2500, Rabbit House and Bloom. When you play this card from hand, if you have 2 or more other Bloom or Rabbit House characters, you can draw a card, discard a card, and it's a level 1 reverser. So this is the substitute that we were talking about from the Study Time Rize. Because this is a level 1, so you don't whiff on your standby plussing, and still a hand fix and a draw, so you can potentially get CXs or events if you needed that.
Right. And this could be very good against some of those pesky, more defendable level 1s.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. Or some of those pesky level 0s. I'm staring at a particular fourth floor guardian. But
understandable.
Hey man, 12,500 times 2 at level 1. That's fucking level 0. What do you do?
And
you gotta bomb it.
Bomb it.
You have to bomb it. Otherwise, it's gonna fucking ravage you.
Right. But yeah, I do like this card overall.
Oh, I love this thing. Are you kidding me? Like, it is.
This Gold King doesn't even sound like a common. No.
What? This is a fucking rare. I could swear this is a rare.
Yeah, at least at the very least it should have been uncommon, or it sounded like an uncommon at the very least. But I'm like, no, check rarity. Nope, let's see.
It's a bloody common. I'm going, okay, it's a level 1 bomb, aka, any pesky defendable level 1 combos? Goodbye. Get erased.
On top of a hand filter.
Ooh, it's a hand filter. Hey, look, I can get rid of my 1/1s. Hell, I can get rid of 1/1s, 2/2s, climax. If I'm flooded, hell yeah, Cocoa's gonna save me.
Right, or it could be like that one more dig that you need to find the climax that you need it.
Right, it's so fucking good.
It's a versatile card.
Yeah. Is the Order Rabbit used to have like the level 1 reverser, the one that pitch a climax to salvage a character?
The drunk Cocoa.
It was standard. It was a solid card, and this card beats it out.
I think Matching Bangs is just better.
Yeah,
it's better. The draw ditch is really solid.
Honestly speaking, in limited, yes, you play this, boys.
Yeah.
Pick this up, common, you probably see 2 or 3 of these.
Easiest removal of your life.
Holy shit. You know what? This is going to sound controversial. I'm going even further beyond, boys.
Oh my goodness.
And that's been an all-star in my deck.
Don't get me wrong. This card is great, but I'm going to call it the LOB, playable.
Yeah, I'm at playable also. When I think playable plus, I exclusively think like not even in limited. Like, is this gonna pull the weight in a constructed thing? And it does good. It makes it.
She pulls her weight in both constructed and limited, man. Holy shit, I'm impressed.
All right, fair enough.
And then I also have to deal with certain fourth floor guardians a ton.
This is awesome.
I'm a bit biased in my. I kind of need removal against that 12/5 with 3 soul over there. Otherwise, it's gonna fucking ravage me to death, man.
Right. All right.
Okay, next.
Moving on. Last time Rize 104,000. If you have two or more other Bloom or Rabbit House characters, which honestly quite difficult. You get 2,000 power, and when your other Bloom or Rabbit House character is frontal attack, you may pay the cost of putting this card in the way room to give one of your characters in battle 1,500 power until end.
Field counters, man. Field counters.
This
also card's cute.
That's also 6,000 to boot.
Yeah.
The 6K field counter, not bad actually.
Yeah, it's not too shabby.
In constructed though, this ain't making the cut, boys.
No. But in limited though.
In limited, oh yeah, amazing.
This is pretty bonkers.
Thick beaters that can also when she served her time, fucking counter.
Right.
In addition to normal counters, let's go.
That's pretty bonkers. I would argue this is one of Sweeper All-Star Limited, so playable minus actually.
Yeah, playable minus an All-Star Unlimited, boys.
I've got playable minus on this one too. JP's been doing this real cute thing where they're doing the on-field counters in like standby decks, and if you want to build like that, this is an enabler. I don't think it's your best call, but yeah.
Actually, Ian, slime.
Slime's been doing that, and that's where I've seen it the most. But if you want to emulate that, yeah.
I would highly advise you against it. I don't know why Japan doesn't like Milim. I really don't. I'm going, Milim's good. What are you guys on about? Like, you guys rather summon a 9/5 that's gonna get destroyed with 0 recursion? Go ahead, please.
Yeah. But yeah, the card's cute, pretty good and limited.
Alright, next. Gaiax de Roy's Rize 1045. Well, let's see here. When it's at the battlefield, this gains 500 this gains 500 times the number of your guys. Oh god, we have more calculators from the 80s, man. You what?
Yeah. Then you on death pay 2, and then
so she could come in at up to 7,000. No, is it?
No, 6,500 or 7K. She includes herself.
It's not longer.
Oh no, it's 6,500.
Again, what was Noah Clark me doing?
Come on, man. 7K with broken calculators. I'm sorry, no.
Yeah, drop assassins just don't make the cut.
I don't know about this one.
Even in limited, I'm going. No, I have like 500 better commons, man.
Yeah, bad card. Move on.
We really do.
Well, they make a big TV. Why? So we can watch the Gaia to Rise in person. Or in HD, excuse me.
In HD.
Hey, man.
What is the cure for such cards? Pastries.
I was gonna say, man. How about some Kilimanjaro?
Also sounds like a good idea.
Oh, well, drink a few cups, man.
I gotta find some first.
Oh, well, all right. Next.
My place is known for a strict Italian.
Oof. Okay. Stacked Morning Rize. 2/1 5K Rabbit House and Bloom. All your other stacked Morning Chias, which is the level 3 green finisher, get 1,500 power and discard a Bloom character or Char or Chia encore. All your other Bloom and Rabbit House characters get 1,000 power, so global 1K, and a pay 1 rest to salvage Brainstorm.
Why would I play this?
What the hell is this thing?
First of all, the Chia need this help.
No.
Okay.
She needs Machine of Ice, man, not this.
Yeah. It's going for flavor,
trying to go for flavor because Rize was the one who's offered train Chia. Yeah.
And Shadow helped train Coco for the marathon.
Yeah, the thing that this thing needed to be relevant was, first off, not be a tap 2 fucking Brainstorm. Maybe have an alternate card like this give even more finishing power to Chia. If it gave it like another burn or a clock kick or something to really sell how big and bad Chia is, then maybe this card would be playable. But this is garbage.
Or at least give her the Machine of Ice, man.
Yeah.
Give her the Machine of Ice or the banana support from Revue Starlight. Force the target up, boys.
This is big garbo.
Oh, you sacrificed your board the prior turn. No, here, give me something to kill. You're giving me something to kill. I'm like, oh shit. You know what? What?
Limited doesn't
Okay.
save a period.
Oh hell no!
Limited, you can't even begin to play a Brainstormer at level 2. And this is probably the only this is your only plussing Brainstorm that you can probably get your hands on because the other ones are double rare.
Fuck it,
You
I'd rather
just
clock at that point.
you play the Rize
yeah,
that we've been talking
you
about.
play the Rize. The Culture Festival Tour Rize.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we interrupted Gavin.
Oh. Wait, they're both stacked mornings? So it seems. I'm sorry, man.
The wooden frame count is like a biscuit.
I'm sorry, man, but I gave Chia but the benefit of the doubt because of her amazing firepower. But it's one of those. Why would I? Oh, come on. Even if I was playing Chia, the finisher.
Yeah,
why would I ever consider this?
All
right, next.
Package time.
Oh, great.
All right, Breathtaking Coco, 2/1, 6,500, Rabbit House and Bloom. If you have another Breathtaking Chia in your front row, this gains 2,000 power, so it'll be sitting at 85. Discard a Bloom or Rabbit House character from your hand. When this is put on stage, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose a Breathtaking Chia in your waiting room and put it on any slot on stage. And when this card attacks, this card gets plus X power, X being the number of your other Bloom or Rabbit House characters multiplied by 500, so plus 2k. So attacking as a 10/5, sitting as an 8/5, and does the cute little pair early play thing.
No,
Fair
not
enough.
about early
But it's not an
play.
early play.
Anyway, alright. Breathtaking Chia is a 2/7,000. During your opponent's turn, she gets 500 power for each of your own Bloom characters and characters with Sorrow and Chia in your card games. If you have another Breathtaking Kokua in your front row, she gets 2,000 power. And at the beginning of your opponent's attack phase, choose one of your Breathtaking Kokua and discard, and you may exchange their positions and stand them.
Cool. I still don't care.
Yeah, both are bad. There's a billion other cards you play.
Yeah,
but it's a cute swap because Coco's working Amaus on. That's it.
Yeah, it's just again, during the Bloom arc, Coco was working multiple times. We saw the fundraising for President's 2K counter. She's literally like working her butt off to make sure that people have a fun Christmas.
The Brocante sales.
And the Brocante sale. Well, the Brocante sales happened quite a bit before she took on the idea of
They just needed to clean house in that episode, but
that was a different issue. I know, it just kind of blanked her because of like how quickly Bloom kind of progressed as
we finally have continuity. We finally have continuity in Gochisa.
Oh yeah, true. Well, I mean, they kind of did in seasons.
Okay, Bloom really cemented. Okay, guys, no, we actually have continuity
we actually
now.
have this thing called plot.
Yeah, they made a reference to even the previous season, so they were trying to wrap everything up.
That was very good. Anyway, I'm going to say Limited doesn't save these.
No. I've already found a good one. Someone who is breathtaking can work hard but cannot think. You know exactly where I got that one from, sir.
Yeah.
All right, time for you to come up with a good one. Are you gonna piggyback off that one?
Do I have a good one? It's a better question.
No.
Let me get about this.
Red's been pretty expensive, so Red's been a roller coaster of god.
Yeah, Red definitely.
It has high highs and low lows.
Well,
I say the time has come to sound the Christmas bells.
Oh man! All right, Ian. I'm guessing you're an adjournment here.
You're in agreement here?
Yeah, no, these cards are terrible.
Even in limited, man. Oh man.
Yeah.
I have to pass even in limited. I'm going, no thanks.
Alright, please take these before I'm forced to.
Exactly. Next. Oktoberfest Cocoa 217K. During your turn, this gets 1,000 for each of the other Bloom or Rabbit House and has hand encore. Cool. Why would I play this?
Yeah, where does this go in any deck? Standby likes to be big on both turns.
Limited? Not even limited.
Recurring
pick.
11k beat stick. That's a 1-drop.
No?
Yeah, I'm not so sure about that one.
So
it's one of your last picks for sure. You're not grabbing this because you want to. Bad.
we grew up drinking apple juice, man, and believed in it. I think were we not about to pull the exact same quote on that one, man?
No, I have a different one.
Okay.
We burned and broke our cookware. We dirtied each other.
All right, Ian.
Do you actually save this somehow?
No, not at all. Like
Not
there's
at all.
no place in it in any context. Limited, constructed, nothing. Now this.
All right, fair enough.
All right, next.
Yep, it gets to read a spicy card.
The finisher on the 8 standby deck that I created, Mocha's Coffee. If each player is level 2 or lower, I think the condition on that is a little bit different. It only doesn't work when both players are level 3. So even if one player is level 3 and the other one is level 2, you can still do this one.
Oh, Easer. I thought Easer meant E.
Potentially, but from the spoilers that I saw, as well as the things. But regardless of the condition there, deal 5 damage to both you and your opponent. Which is
what Easer actually meant.
Let me see here. Let me look it up real quick, actually. I don't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, Easer Kai, excuse me.
Let's see here. Izude is, let's see here. Any, all, whichever.
Oh, okay, so any player. I don't know why I kept thinking it was.
Yeah. So basically, you're burning 5 to your opponent, and you're taking 5 as well because Mocha's Coffee's terrible.
It is that bad that even the brewer herself said.
Yeah.
Why did I make this?
This could be nothing but a meme. This thing is hilarious.
Let me see here. Honestly speaking.
Okay, if this has any benefit, it's cheap.
True, but you're
risking blowing yourself up out of the water, but
no, you compress yourself so you don't take the 5. With the stamp event, you compress as much as you can, and then the coffee event.
Oh no!
I mean, you're sending a lava axe to your own face as well as your opponent's. So
okay, but at least unlike lava axe, it can not cost you 5 stock.
True, but at the same time, lava axe is a guaranteed hit of 5, man. Lava axe is
You can choose when to lava axe yourself in the face, though. You don't have to take it.
True.
Use the top checking drop searcher. Be like, okay, is there a CX in my top 2?
Oh yeah, let's fucking go.
On top of that, you're activating Mocha's Coffee only on your own turn. So you do have the initiative to just attempt to blow your opponent out of the game that turn.
Yeah. Man, if you fail here, you're going, well, shit. I just paid 1 and discarded a card to lava axe myself in the face. My opponent didn't take it. Okay.
That's the life you play when you play a meme. One of the funniest things about this card, though, is it's better in constructed than it is in limited.
Yeah.
Unironically, yes.
Honestly, yes, but. You know what? Nice meme, bro.
Yeah, very nice meme.
I'm sorry, but what? What did I do?
I read this card. I was like, okay, I'm gonna really quick make a card like this.
Again, man, I get to Lava X myself.
If for some reason you're playing Weiss Schwarz with Morgan, yourself, and one other, you play with like 4 people or something all at once.
Do 5 damage to all players.
Because technically, this does, with the way it's phrased, it is covering the possibility of playing with Morgan.
Is this Bushy giving us an insight into their future Weiss plans?
What, EDH for Weiss now, guys?
I want to say there should already be like some official rules.
Or what's next? Emperor?
Well, if I'm not mistaken, they did make. I think if you look somewhere on the website, there should be official rules on how to play tag team Weiss.
Tag team? Oh, come on, man. What about Emperor style Weiss?
Please remind me how that works again.
You'd have to be able to live to like level 7 or 8. Just the amount of damage the 3 little underlings can do to you.
Wait, that's not called Emperor. Isn't that called
That's Emperor. Yep.
No. There was a word for it that Max had used.
It's called Emperor, dude.
No, it's definitely not called Emperor.
Are you sure?
Sure.
I know they made a little constructed kit where you were Nicol Bolas.
Yeah, it had like a long. It's like a 4-syllable word or something.
Okay, well, again, I know it is Emperor format, so
it might be Emperor because you might be thinking about like the more generic form of the format in our card game.
Still, again, I
know what you're talking about. I just don't remember the exact name because it's been ages since I last played that format because of how in matching in particular is just inherently unfair to the person who is the pinnacle position because they have access to a broken effects.
Well,
yeah, so if you can ever convince your friends to play a dipshit game of Weiss where the rules are not Weiss Schwarz at all, play this card, maybe.
Sure. Again, man, everybody takes the lava axe, boys.
Everyone takes the lava axe. If for some reason you're playing with like 3 other people and none of you cancel, I think you all deserve to like down a shot of liquor.
Yeah, I'm going again, dude. We all took the axe. We all fucking took it.
No,
Alright, next.
Someone has to like unironically make like spiked mug coffee.
Yeah, no, that's a great drinking game. You take the 5, you take the coffee filled with like high amounts of alcohol. That's great.
Like imagine like Irish coffee, but like going further beyond.
Oh, and man, coffee mixed with absinthe.
I'm down, actually. That sounds like it would taste good.
What?
The new Weiss Schwarz. Get ready for a competitive tournament with this near you.
Oh God! Imagine Locust coffee.
I forget. I remember Ian saying that one of the things between coffee and tea, he doesn't like it. It was tea, right? Yeah, you don't like sweetened?
Me?
Yeah.
I am not a huge tea drinker.
Gavin likes both tea and coffee sweet. I don't like them sweetened, period.
I'm going, what?
I don't mind. I mean, I guess I don't mind sweetened coffee or tea, but I would prefer not to have.
I want tea and or coffee with my sugar, thank you.
Yeah, I got a huge sweet tooth. I've tried to like tea like so much, but I just can't bring myself to do it. So I'm not a huge tea guy, but I do like coffee.
Okay, fair enough. And do you prefer your coffee sweetened or not sweetened?
But milk tea is a whole other issue,
okay.
And we've got milk tea on the next card. Check this out.
We do have milk tea. Anyway, let's go on to that. So at this point, limited stops applying because these are promo cards. So, Break Time, Reset, and Cocoa, level 0 cost, 2,500 power with just the Rabbit House break. You can have up to 4 of any combination of cards with the same name as this card, and be it herself Rize from the extra booster in your deck. And this is the same ability as being herself Rize, which is on play, reveal up to the top 3 cards in your deck. If you reveal 1 or more cards this way, choose up to 1 Rabbit House character on some, add to your hand, and mill the rest, and discard 1.
The original Rize profile, and on some beautiful art too.
We went back in time, boys.
They go back in time.
It's still good.
It's amazing.
It's an amazing card. Yes, yes.
Like holy
A
crap!
$40 card, unfortunately.
Right.
If you're buying this version,
this being a very elusive probabilistic help item.
Yes, I have one of these, and I will keep it and cherish it.
I'll put it
But I
this
won't
way.
get a playset.
I'll put it this way. One of the better versions of functional reprints that Weiss Schwarz ever done was honestly Sinful Gear.
Yeah.
and then Imaga Saikyo Honoka.
That was also a good one, but I think Sinful Gear just went way beyond.
Yes, but at the same time, you want to talk about $40 promo as well.
Yeah, but at least that one you have the option of a much cheaper version.
Oh come on, man! The flex version.
Here you really don't. Here you're forced to pick between an expensive, pretty much out of print card, or this flex promo.
Excuse me, sir. Let me look it up. Let me look up the pricing on that one.
I'm pretty sure the old foil is like $21. This one's $40, and the old non-foil is like $15.
Let me see here.
That's pretty
$13 sold out for the original.
Original available.
And let's see here, for the foil variant, you are looking at $20 sold out.
Yep.
So they're both unavailable for the original print.
Now let's see here.
I got a playset of each, the foil and the non-foil. Fortunately for me,
I've got a playset of the original non-foil. So again, let's look at this flex version. I don't think we need to talk about how good this card is.
I gave y'all the same rating here.
$40.
Is there even a chance that we could bring in the elusive golden doggo, or is that off the table?
Golden doggo, he says. What say you, Gavin? Do we have to make a golden doggo?
This is the original Rize.
Again, this is like literally in the. Again, this would literally go in a Hall of Fame-ish video. Again, we need to make a Hall of Fame video, honestly speaking.
This is a game-defining card.
Right.
Beyond the Brilliant Future Azusa. You know what you know.
Yeah, we have to playing a segment, don't we?
Of course.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, man.
I swear, there has to be some kind of like shock counter for each time this guy plays this. He put into another one at level 3.
Yeah, but in response.
Oh shit. He had only one choice. That's pretty cool. Oh lordy.
You know what I'm digging for?
Yeah.
I don't know your reaction to this.
Oh my goodness.
Goodness.
If I had to get a whiskey right now, I would start like consuming that. Cause that's how much.
Keep your pot running.
This is where Gavin has to say Baka Mitai.
Baka Mitai. Oh, fucking.
You know what? Fuck it, let's go even further beyond, boys. Another one. You know what? Yeah. Give this card another one, man. Shit, 2 of them. Let's go.
Another one.
And another one.
Holy shit, oh boys! Like easily. Okay, the only thing I do not like about this card. Why can't it fetch Bloom Trait? Or why can't this be Bloom Trait?
Because it's the functional reprint, but that would be super fucking nice.
Because like I get Gavin, you have to make it the on reverse version.
No! The Mark 1 variant. Excuse you, sir? Hello? No? Come on, man! Hey man, your boy. Actually no. Your boy was on reverse and he was just fine. But the only reason he can get away with that is because he was level fucking 1 and nearly impossible to cuck. You know.
That was pretty busted.
You know. Putting this on reverse would turn this card card from Amazing to
Yeah.
really, man? No. you know the original charm, man.
I know. I'm
I am
aware.
putting
I'm aware.
I'm putting my foot down here. In fact, when I first heard that Bloom was coming, I was like, "Oh my God, is Rize back?" Yes, she is. Let's fucking go, boys! Fist pump, man. The Guido fist pump. Fuck yeah. That Guido ass fist pump, man. Shit. Let's
Yo, fist pump this motherfucker.
All right, one more, and it's just
Alright.
nearly as good as this one.
Pretty
Oh.
much.
I might say.
Oh my God. Going together, Cocoa. 1025. It's a 1K counter, and it's a sacrifice counter that allows your opponent to place a level 0 in the destroyed creature's placement. Oh fuck it, boo fucking who cares?
Yeah. Early play killer at level 1, sack counter, which is why this thing got banned. It wasn't because you were killing early plays too early. It's because you can literally back up, pay 1, sack your character, and deny your opponents on reverse combos.
Exactly.
Or any other pesky abilities.
Like honestly speaking,
And,
holy
during the
shit.
time that Rabbids was like relevant in mid 2010s, our reverse abilities were everywhere.
Gentlemen, level with me here. Why isn't going together Cocoa nearly ubiquitous? I'm going here. In every Bloom list, I'm going, why aren't you playing this?
I will make two arguments on that one. Just like playing devil's advocate here. One, obviously they have the Bloom trait. I forgot active brick trait here. Anyway, there's active Bloom trait, and a lot of people are playing like these Bloom heavy decks if not going full Bloom.
Yeah.
And two, people just go, well, the meta's kind of just standby. Well,
This is great against standby because you just kill what they standby out. I would argue the second reason is color. There are cards or decks like Mono Blue where it makes you whiff a lot. I still run 2 of this in my Mono Blue deck, and it makes me whiff sometimes. But
I think the problem with the color argument is that Gavin's talking about decks that are playing sufficient amounts of red already.
One of my big mysteries is why aren't I'm just going, look, I'm not talking about decks that are specifically going into particular archetypes. I'm talking about the generic good stuff, which is what the majority of what you'll see on Encore decks. In fact, I'm going, are they specific? And even if you're going Bloom only, like if you're trying to build exclusively out of Bloom, this card is available. Expensive,
right.
yes,
You're not required to be entirely Bloom, and
yeah, there's so many things that go for Rabbit House or Bloom, and there's the blue double rare we'll get into next time.
Things like check for level.
This thing is only $13 too. So
and you're not playing a play set. You only need 2 max.
Right. That's the flex version. The flex version is $13.
Can you find the extra booster versus in stock?
I am checking that right now, sir. Yes, at $10 a piece, 8 in stock.
Okay, so
8. I think that's how many I own.
People are kind of giving up on it.
Again, I'm wondering, are people playing the Chino anti-change bomb? Like, that's a bit of a spoiler, but honestly speaking.
It's the relevant substitute.
I'm not surprised, just because of how the meta has been shifting these past several months.
I still think that it's worth running some of these just in case you have an on reverse finisher that you're going up against.
Right, this is one of the easier sack counters to pull off in this.
Or if you're facing an on reverse level 1 combo.
For whatever reason. I mean, anyone still playing that? Anyone playing Chia combo?
Okay, you know what?
Bye.
It's all, and also, again, it helps against rival standby decks. Sure, the metagame has largely shifted away from reversal combos, but they still do exist.
Right.
I don't know.
Like denying Leafa and Chia.
Denying Leafa, Chia, denying Orange Mermaid Chica. Like, hello? That's huge.
I'd argue that's kind of falling off too.
Again, man, people still do play Orange Mermaid. You could ask our associate Andy. You could even ask Andy. He still plays it.
But, I'm starting to think like the population of Sunshine players have kind of been dropping ever so steadily.
Again, dude, I left.
You left. Andy's barely hanging on. I haven't really touched mine since WGP.
Again, you've left too.
I wouldn't say left, is more of like I'm on hiatus.
You're on hiatus, and I'm going. I'm moving on. I'm moving on to
like a mangaka. I'm on hiatus. I'll see you in 10 years.
I'm moving on to greener pastures, sir. But okay.
Anyway,
ReZero, the Green Amelia combo, dude. People still run that combo.
This is true.
And Cocoa would be amazing against it.
Early play Rem, screw that. You got Coco here. Kill it.
Goodbye.
Yeah, or even get rid of the pesky puck.
Or Felt, if they're still playing that.
They're still playing Felt.
Again, there's quite a few things where I'm going, oh look, Kaguya-sama, good fucking buy.
Oh yeah, this thing wrecks that.
Woo, baby. Oh, you know that tutu that you shat out for 0? Destroy that. Oh, and I'm denying your Shimakaze.
If they don't attack with their clock kicker first, I know you can't use backups against that thing, but if for whatever reason they don't do that against you, they're being stupid, first off, and second off, just deny the reverse.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Goodbye. Send his ass for yard.
Yeah, I've seen some people attacking the wrong order with the road.
Again, that's another big. That's another big one.
The very existence of this, even if you're not playing it, the ubiquity and the legend that this card has behind it makes people play a little bit different with their early
This is a card you have to respect, and failing to respect it can literally cost you games.
I run 2 copies. Here, and I'm going. You know what?
You have to fear and respect it.
Oh, I'm going. This card was a gigantic pain in the ass during my ascension. During my ascension into becoming a decent player, I'm going, you know what? This card was a big pain in my ass. And people never...
And, the fact that some people might consider this card again. That makes you worry, doesn't it?
It makes me excited. Rabbits is back. Rabbits is goddamn back.
It's more of why aren't people considering it?
Yeah.
That scares me more than people actually playing it, because I'm going, you know what? I can at least respect the fact that people are playing it. But okay, if they're not playing it, fair enough. Thank you. Thank you for not playing this card. Honestly speaking, I can now swing into you with 0 fear.
Oh yeah.
Early plays go in with 0 fear. And I'm going, you know what? Thank you. Honestly speaking, that makes my life so much easier without having to cower in fear.
Yeah. Rating here easily playable plus. Maybe even
card's too good.
Card is amazing. Okay, a lot of people don't play the Nico Ni version because it costs you 2 stock.
And it does not sacrifice the character.
Right. And you know what? Honestly speaking...
And the Possessed Princess Bubblegum is the same thing, right?
Yes, Possessed Princess Bubblegum is the exact same thing. It's a Nico clone.
Yeah.
And so is the Ayumi from Charlotte.
Funny because she is actually Nico Nazo's birthday. Well, at least in our time zone. It already passed in KP.
Fair enough. But I'm just going, again, Charlotte, I wish I had this card in Charlotte. I wish I did.
You wish you had this card in every deck you've ever made.
Yeah, I was gonna be like... Name a deck where you don't want this. It's probably the better question.
You son of a bitch, I can't.
I can't. Card too good.
But
I want it everywhere.
Man, this rivals Smug Look, man. This is better than... what I honestly want to say, it's better than Smug Look.
Because active as early as level 1. That's how ridiculous.
Hey man, can you say the same thing? is better than Smug Look.
I will argue yes, despite being a Re:Zero main in English.
And I'm going, you know what? I've never actually played Re:Zero, so
Yeah, Smug Look Amelia's good, but the problem is it's not active to level 2.
Amen. It's kind of just one of those. How is this allowed? Like,
when you first
it got put on the ban list. That's your answer.
It's technically allowed. It just can't be played with another. At the time, it was a very absurd combo of cards serving the same deck.
But now, oh please!
Like
the floodgates are open.
If anything, maybe half a year or so from now, we might see another revision. This might be on the list with Rize or something.
Hmm.
No.
It might be the new Coco combo and this as your choose one.
At that point, fuck it. Chia it is.
Unironically.
At that point, switch back to old Coco Chino. Show Bushiroad who's boss.
Come on, man. I actually want to win this. I actually want to win. Excuse me, sir. I actually want to win here, but honestly speaking, I don't see Gochiusa going back on the ban list.
No,
Japan is not playing this deck.
Yeah,
Japan's just kind of messing around with it for these first 3 weeks or something, and they'll just go to Mushoku Tensei or something.
You know, Japan is flavor of the month.
Right, so Mushoku Tensei is coming up.
Mushoku, you mean that nonsense, sir?
Yeah, some of the art honestly disturbs me.
This Mushoku Tensei nonsense? No, thank you. I'm going.
For a kid with literal undergarments on his face.
Oh yeah.
I get it. He was originally an adult before he reincarnated, but come on. That's what I'm saying that porn of Tanya is okay.
No.
Sure, kind of was like a salary man before ending up in World War One, but.
Oh God! I'm just looking at Japan's weekly results of the past week.
You want to know?
Gochiusa doesn't even Gochiusa is barely number 5, barely.
Oof.
And how many wins does that constitute?
That is 6 wins. Your fabled bong meme is a dozen, man.
It's not number 1 though, right?
No, it seriously is number 1.
Oh.
Your fabled
familiar.
Wait, yep, it's 8. It's literally Nanami level 1 into Mashita level 3.
What? We're going Morphonica focused now?
Yeah, literally it's Morphonica focused. I'm going.
Oh man,
again.
So apparently the Phantom Force that come out of the woodwork.
Again, another is 8 choice. Nanami level 1 into Kokoro level 3. Kasumi waifu. Literally 1. I'm going, why do people take this seriously?
Yeah, but to be fair, at least Kasumi got a lot of good cards throughout Bang Dream's history.
But anyways, going to back to relevancy here. Yeah. Gochiusa, the 6 decks that have won in the past week. 2 or 8 pants.
I am in love with 8 pants, and I can't wait to gush all about it next episode.
Fair enough.
Spoiler alert, this looks very familiar.
Do you feel like you got beat by it a couple hours ago?
Oh,
I'm going, God fucking damn it.
Am I going to go through some stories of bloodshed next time?
Yeah, I got a few.
Some stories of bloodshed.
Yeah, I got a few holes punctured into me. I'm like going, fucking hell. Alrighty, and then let's see here. 1 is 6 standby, 2 gate. These are level 3 into Coco level 3 with 2 empties.
Yeah, that's because Japan's a terrible place.
Again,
anime was a mistake.
Again, 4 pants, 4 gate. Maya level 1 into Coco level 3.
Makes sense.
4 pants, 4 choice. Maya level 1 into Shadow level 3.
I've been considering it.
And 1 is 8 gates, boys. Coco level 3 with empties.
Whoa.
That's Japan signature dish.
I'm going. No, I thought it was Standby Gate was their signature, man.
No. You run the empty gates.
We're talking class now. He out here talking. Classic Japan, medieval Japan.
Medieval Japan, Jesus Christ! But it's making me go. Alrighty, I mean, sure, it's 8 pants. It's a lot cheaper. It's a budget alternative, but I'm going. Again, it proves to me that thank fucking God Japan realizes this is gonna be a spoiler alert, but you know what? You're gonna be very surprised. I'm gonna be nice to Fugo for once. I'm gonna be very nice to Fugo for once.
Let's hear out when we come to that point. But anyway, final thoughts on Red.
Solid color, some kind of low lows, but the highs are worth it. You don't have to play the lows.
It was definitely a roller coaster tonight.
I mean, literally, my God. Well, I did not sleep for once during Red.
Right, Red has some very nice talking points. I enjoy talking about this.
Oh, I really did, and you know what? Honestly speaking,
and I'm not just saying that just because Coco was my best girl or anything, but.
Amen. But regardless, though, well, I hope everybody liked. I hope everybody liked the video. If you want, make sure to like, comment, favorite, subscribe. Share the video with your friends and family, because these all
help the YouTube algorithm, and of course, if you want to make further contributions to us doing these for you, we also have Patreon and Coffee. All proceeds will come back to investing into this channel so we can continue to make more awesome Weiss Schwarz.
And we'll see you guys. We'll see you guys next time for Blue. Well, we're signing out, boys.
Bye-bye,
Have a good one.